Hello. Welcome back to Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. और हाँ, थोड़ा सा लेट. Apologies, क्योंकि yes, यहाँ पर वेदांत का थोड़ा सा नेट इश्यू हो रहा है. So hopefully Vedant will be joining us any moment. Vedant आए हैं, but he's just trying to reset, और hopefully he'll be back in a second. लेकिन again, people यार, again जो join किया है, thank you. और हाँ, काफी यार, मेन टॉपिक तो वही आज, लेकिन हाँ, lots more. खाली यार रियल मैड्रिड फैंस नहीं है, आई होप पीएसजी फैंस भी हो फॉर ऑब्वियस रीजंस, लेकिन नहीं, उतना ही नहीं. चेल्सी एज ऑलवेज, एसी मिलान की थोड़ी बात करेंगे, एंड ऑफ कोर्स जनरली ला लीगा, बार्सिलोना फैंस बहुत इंटरेस्ट से देखते हुए. ट्रांसफर मार्केट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बहुत सारे क्लब्स के लिए. थैंक यू सुभाजीत, श्याम, हेया, सिटी हब एज वेल. थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग. और अगेन एज ऑलवेज लाइक आई से, डू लाइक द स्ट्रीम, डू शेयर द स्ट्रीम अगर हो सके, सो दैट वी आर हैविंग लॉट मोर पीपल. क्योंकि हाँ, यहाँ नेक्स्ट 24 आवर्स में क्या ही तो डिस्कशन होने वाला है, इतना सारा डिस्कशन. बट अगेन आई वुड लाइक टू वेलकम वेदांत. आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ योर नेट इज वर्किंग 100%. ठीक है अभी भाई?
Seems to be working. Thanks a lot for calling me.
अरे भाई, ऑलवेज यार, इट्स योर्स इटसेल्फ. लेकिन हाँ, जैसे आप देखो, थोड़ा सा अभी भी आइडियल नहीं है, लेकिन वेदांत इज हियर, दैट्स द इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, एंड वी आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड एग्जैक्टली जो वेदांत बोल रहे हैं. अद्वै बिग अप. लेट्स सी बात करेंगे, काफी चर्चा हो रही है उस पर. इट्स ईदर वे 50-50. एंड अगेन यार, आई होप एवरीवन इज लाइक द स्ट्रीम. सबने पोल ले दिया है और सबने मैड्रिड पंडित्स को सब्सक्राइब कर लिया. दैट इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. और ऑफ कोर्स फॉर ऑलमाइटी स्पोर्ट्स प्लस एज वेल, वहां पर वी आर ब्रिंगिंग लॉट मोर कंटेंट जिनको नहीं पता अभी तक. अंकित, व्हिच मैच इज देयर टुडे एंड टुमारो? Real Madrid Real Betis match is there today, and of course tomorrow we have of course the UEFA Champions League Women's, which is very important as well. लेकिन lot of the matches है वीकेंड में, जिसके बारे में बात करना तो बनता ही है बस. लेकिन यार वेदांत, क्या हाल चाल है यार? मतलब रियल मैड्रिड लिटरली इट वाज अ मैटर ऑफ टाइम, इट वाज अ मैटर ऑफ व्हेन एंड नॉट इफ. अभी थोड़ा सा इफ का मामला लग रहा है, नहीं? जस्ट पुटिंग इट आउट देयर.
बहुत बड़ा है, कुछ नहीं, बहुत बड़ा है. इट इज अ वेरी बिग इफ फॉर अस. ऑनेस्टली बहुत like I honestly don't know how to say. मैं अपने जर्सी वाले को एम्बापे नंबर 7 सब बोल दिया था. उसको बंद करना पड़ा, उसको मना करना पड़ा. मैं बोला, भाई बेंजेमा नंबर 9 ही देते तू मुझे लाके
यार. लेकिन वो अभी भी मैं इट्स जस्ट बिगिनिंग यार. वेदांत, ट्रस्ट मी, लाइक आई हैव बीन देयर एवरी विंडो में इतने सालों से देख के आ रहा हूं. व्हेन इट कम्स टू रियल मैड्रिड ना, लास्ट मिनट तक आप ना मत बोलो. मैं ये भी बोलता हूँ, मैं ऑनेस्टली मैं बोलता हूँ, लाइक देयर इज ऑलवेज दैट 1% चांस. इनफैक्ट मैं तो बोलता हूँ अभी भी यार काफी, मतलब इट इज लाइक ऑलमोस्ट यू वुड से 30-70. अभी मैं बोलता हूँ कि देयर, मतलब जस्ट गोइंग बाय द रिपोर्ट्स यहाँ पर. अगेन वी डोंट नो व्हाट द एग्जैक्ट ट्रुथ इज. If Mbappe doesn't come, I know you'll say, as a Madrid fan, Perez should go. And Gnabry, Tchouameni, Reese and others. Bhai,
come, I know he'll stay.
इतना easy होता ना तो मतलब क्या ही तो बोलते धवल. But again, Mbappe is a different kettle of fish altogether. Well, let's see. Again, यार, first of all, एक kind of recap दे देते हैं, क्योंकि यार बहुत लोग हैं, busy week गया है बहुत लोगों का. थोड़ा सा recap दे देते हैं. From what I know, 2 दिन पहले एम्बापे भाई साहब यार रियल मैड्रिड में थे, वो मैड्रिड में थे, एंड he was actually at dinner if I'm not wrong. और obviously यार वेदांत ने भी पोस्ट किया था मैड्रिड पंडित्स में, हमने भी किया था,
और वो भी 1 किलोमीटर सांतियागो बर्नाब्यू के दूर है.
हाँ, एग्जैक्टली. तो देयर वाज अ सिचुएशन कि इट वाज अ मैटर ऑफ यार होने ही वाला है, इट इज इमिनेंट. और एट द सेम टाइम यार पीएसजी अपना हाथ पैर मार रही थी एज यूजुअल, वो हमें पता ही है, वो चल रहा था. बट अगेन लास्ट 24 घंटों में क्या ऐसा डिफरेंट हुआ है कि सडन से ओ भाई साहब एम्बापे उड़ गए हैं एज बेबी द, सोचते हुए कि आई एम द प्राइम ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, और उनको मिल गया है पावर. सो व्हेन यू गेट पावर, यू कैन बेसिकली टेक योर ओन टाइम. कोई जल्दबाजी नहीं है. दैट इज द बॉटम लाइन. और ऐसा पावर कितने बार मिलेगा कितने प्लेयर्स को इन वर्ल्ड फुटबॉल एवर? That is how big the power you're talking about. So Vedant, over to you. आप बोलिए, what is the power that you're talking about here? If people who don't know, just to kind of recap.
The power is massive. पहली बात तो financial power बहुत immense है. Around 250-300 million in the course of just 2 to 3 years उसे मिलने वाले हैं. Second being, he'll be the owner of the next project जो PSG start करने वाली है. तो it is really very big, immense decisions. मतलब Kylian Mbappe will be the figurehead of not just what happens on the pitch, but even off the pitch for Paris Saint-Germain. एंड अगर मैं एक और चीज़ को यहाँ पे स्पेसिफाई कर दूँ तो जो भी कोचेस वगैरह जो आएंगे उसमें ही विल हैव हिज से. That is the kind of importance, that is kind of leverage PSG देना चाह रही है किलियन एम्बापे को. एंड कहीं ना कहीं मैड्रिड ये सेम ऑफर एक फाइनेंशियल पर्सपेक्टिव से भी मैं कहूँ या फिर एक प्रोजेक्ट की तरफ से भी मैं कहूँ तो मैड्रिड वैसा नहीं कर रही है. मैड्रिड इज सेइंग कि या यू विल बी द स्टार ऑफ अ डेकेड, ये वगैरह ये सब प्रॉमिस कर रही है, बट नॉट a big role, having a say in the technical decisions, in the football decisions of the club.
Exactly. और again यार मतलब I'm just kind of relating again. मैं जानबूझ के I have got like राहुल ने पूछा धेनुका जी आ रही. आज मैं धेनुका को actually मैं I didn't get a chance to kind of speak to her. लेकिन definitely यार over the course of the week ये खत्म नहीं हुआ है. Trust me, this saga has not completed and we'll probably get discussing with other Real Madrid fans also. I just wanted to get the Madrid Pundits perspective again. We can talk about basically because the fact that मैंने देखा यार मतलब I can only compare to maybe a Ronaldinho bursting onto the scene, a Messi bursting onto the scene. उस समय basically did even they, and we are talking about real generation players who have actually proved over generations. Even did they get any kind of power even near to this ever? मतलब that is the kind of things मैं discuss करने वाला हूँ with someone who is basically seeing football now right as a Madrid fan. तो इसलिए मैं लाया हूँ वेदांत को. सूर्यांश आ नहीं पाया but definitely it's interesting the way he says it because getting that kind of power कि यार कौन आने वाला है club, for me that is the as in probably the most important one. क्योंकि यार एक होता है यार clearly no secret Vedant कि Pochettino hasn't worked when it comes to PSG. ठीक है, it hasn't worked in the larger picture in basically आप short term में बोलो या long term maybe in terms of the philosophy of PSG. I don't think it's going to work either. But at the same time, I don't know what is the equation. I know Mbappe and Neymar had a great equation with Tuchel. I know that as a fact. Lekin at the same time, I don't know what exactly is the equation with Pochettino. So Pochettino का role यहाँ पर कहाँ मतलब do you see first of all, we'll come to the Real Madrid element. Lekin just as a neutral first, what do you think यार is that the main motivating factor for Mbappe if at all अगर वो उसने decision बना दिया है?
It could play a role, but according to the recent news जो हमें सुनने को आ रही है, क्लब के टेक्निकल डायरेक्टर्स लियोनार्डो, नसर अल खिलैफी, एक नाम ना बहुत ज़्यादा ही PSG के बोर्ड मीटिंग में चल रहा है, that is Zinedine Zidane's name. That will be the final key to the puzzle to making sure कि किलियन एम्बापे रुके. And Zidane का नाम आया है टेबल पे to replace Mauricio Pochettino. And obviously you're definitely right. Mauricio Pochettino at PSG has just not worked. Neymar PSG equation was really very good, but with Messi it just hasn't clicked the way it was. And coming back to your previous point, आपने बोला कि Messi at Barcelona, Ronaldinho, Cristiano, etc. All these stars, these players, they've proved themselves in other clubs. Kylian Mbappe is a great player, no doubt about that. But he hasn't won the Champions League. That's one thing, and he hasn't won the Ballon d'Or. But even someone like a Cristiano Ronaldo, who's known for his personality, etc., who had already won a Ballon d'Or and a Champions League, what he said once was that it didn't take me much time to decide and come to Real Madrid. And that version of Real Madrid, which was struggling not just in Spain but even in Europe.
That's
I just failed to understand. And one more point, last season we bid 200 million for Kylian Mbappe, and according to his press conferences, etc., he claimed apparently that I was ready to move. 200 million was the offer from Madrid and I was ready to move. Now I'm not sure if this is exactly right or not, but that is what he was saying. And if you were ready to move a year back, then what has changed all of a sudden? I mean, last season PSG got knocked out in the semis, if I'm not wrong, against City, and here you got knocked out by us in the round of 16. So I mean, even if you were having doubts about your decision, the 3-1 game should have changed your entire scenario of the way you think about PSG altogether. Because getting humiliated in just 30 minutes, that really speaks, like the mentality of the club. They kind of
पहली बार नहीं है वेदांत, that is the whole point. पहली बार होता तो फिर भी चलो आप समझते हैं. बहुत बार हुआ है. मतलब again, insane football talks puts it rightly. सच बात ये है कि वेदांत खरीद सकता है एम्बापे को. तो I think last में Real Madrid has to basically go to वेदांत और वहाँ पर कुछ आ जाए. But big up यार insane football talk भी, people do check him out as well. The first thing PSG needs to do if they want to win the UCL is to sack Leonardo. His ways of business and credibility is questionable. I think जिस मोमेंट में दे गॉट बेसिकली, ऑब्वियसली आप बोलोगे रॉयल मनी, आई नो बहुत सारा हमारा बात हुआ है, आई थिंक एक बार तो काफी टॉक्सिक हो गया था, मुझे याद है चैट में, लेकिन द फैक्ट बीइंग दैट जो आता है ना सोर्स, पैसा जब व्हेन यू टॉकिंग अबाउट मनी, things get dirty, and that goes hand in hand, whether you like it or not. Things get dirty, things get political, और यहाँ पर इसीलिए it has gone to that level. और आप बोल सकते हो यार, मैंने बोला, विरान ने बोला about रोनाल्डो, रोनाल्डिनियो ऑफ द लाइक्स, मतलब that level of footballers, मेसी, उस समय बेसिकली there was always money. मैं ऐसे नहीं बोलूंगा कि मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड did not spend, of course they did. Liverpool they did over the years, मतलब people don't talk about it much, but लेकिन हाँ, every club, Real Madrid, Galacticos, they did इतना, लेकिन the fact that पूरा फोकस एक ही बंदे में, that kind of thing which has happened, plus आपका पॉलिटिकल एंगल भी है, आपका वर्ल्ड कप भी हो रहा है, कतारी बेसिकली there is an element to that, तो there is more politics here, और जहाँ पे पावर दिया जा रहा है, I think it is clearly the political angle, नहीं तो नहीं होता, but absolutely France president called Mbappe and told him to stay at PSG for few more years. The whole of Qatar is also involved. Exactly. Again, मतलब I don't know exactly कितना सच है exact, because again these are reports, we can only speculate going by the reports जो हम सुन रहे हैं, हम देख रहे हैं, until we kind of hear it directly from the horse's mouth, we cannot really conclude. लेकिन अभिनंदन is absolutely right, जो point है हम दोनों कर रहे थे, it's about this angle, जिसके कारण I think, come on, he is what, कितना 21 है क्या, Mbappe 22, he's really young, right? Exactly. So at 22 years of age, this guy is facing इतना, plus it's not him, it's his entire team, I know, लेकिन obviously यार आप इतना सारे लोग अगर बोल रहे हैं from the very the prime, आप सोचोगे यार, 2-3 बार सोचोगे ज्यादा, and but at the same time, then why go to Madrid, why basically post stuff, why do all those things जो उसने बोला है, मतलब it is basically to look good in front of the public. So there is an angle to it यार. A lot of Real Madrid fans, मुझे personally मालूम है, I don't know about you Vedant, जो इस लाइक हो गया, अभी नहीं चाहिए एम्बापे, ऑलरेडी चेंज हो गया स्टांस,
नहीं भाई चाहिए चाहिए चाहिए, ऐसा रिएक्शन
मुझे मालूम है,
चाहिए भाई, चाहिए चाहिए भाई, चाहिए
या एग्जैक्टली यार. लेट्स गेट द लाइक्स अप पीपल, लेट्स गेट द लाइक्स अप, सो दैट यार कम से कम 100 लोग होने चाहिए. कम ऑन, लेट्स गेट द लाइक्स अप. एल्गोरिथम ऑलरेडी बताएगा, और यार मैड्रिड पंडित्स को सब लोग करिए सब्सक्राइब, काफी अच्छा चैनल है. अभी शायद इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग भाई एग्जाम्स तो भी चल रहे हैं, फिर भी यू कैन सी द हार्ड वर्क दैट दे डू. And same with us. मेरे भी एग्जाम चल रहे कॉलेज के, just so you know. लेकिन just putting it out there. Quickly, अच्छा, Mbappe is a great player, but this is going too far. Any transfer or something has to be done in short span of deal, or a player should agree to come down. But ये कुछ ज्यादा ही हो गया. So I agree with you, but again, reality of it is in football कि यार basically beggars are not choosers वाला सीन है, थोड़ा सा वही है. As a Chelsea fan मैं बोल सकता हूँ. And we have to speak about that as well, because Vedant is here. हम बात करने वाले हैं about Rudiger. By the way, people who do not know, आज इतना इमोशनल लेटर दिया ना रूडिगर ने, ट्रस्ट मी द गाय एक्चुअली ब्लीड्स ब्लू. अभी तक मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है वेदांत, why is the guy going to Real Madrid? I have no idea why he is doing that. I don't know if काफी लोगों ने देखा है नहीं देखा है. Let me quickly glance through it. This is what we are talking about, right? I mean, this guy, dear Chelsea, the one he spoke about literally every player. N'Golo, he spoke about N'Golo. The times that he's had with N'Golo. 5 साल बिताए बंदे ने. He's written an essay, okay? And obviously it's not him, but it's his team. But again, he's talking about Thomas Tuchel, the Champions League win and whatnot. The guy was immense, the guy was immense. और he said कि Thomas Tuchel ने मुझे तब basically मेरा हाथ पकड़ा था जब सबने छोड़ दिया था. मतलब that is a real fact, and that is why मतलब he will go down in Chelsea's history as a proper true blue, because I can sense, मुझे पता नहीं, people might say यार आप कैसे कंपेयर कर सकते हो रूडिगर और रिकार्डो कार्वालियो. ठीक है, रिकार्डो कार्वालियो डिफरेंट पर्सोना ऑल टुगेदर, ठीक है, टोटली अंडर द रेडार ऑफ जॉन टेरी. लेकिन मैं देखा हूँ भाई हर एक मिनट, when he was in Porto, then he came to Chelsea, then he went to Real Madrid. हाँ, इतना टाइम नहीं बिताया, but while he was at Real Madrid, like I covered in one of the recent videos, he was one of the best during that time. Or Rudiger is going right in his prime. So again, I know as a Real Madrid fan, Vedant and every Real Madrid fan in the chat, आप तो खुशी होंगे Real Madrid are getting Rudiger. But while we come back to Mbappe, quick word on this यार, मतलब क्या लगता है, by the way, where does Rudiger fit? What is the kind of change that you see now that it has actually happened formally? And what is his future in the club as a leader?
See, first of all, Rudiger is an elite free signing. I know we are giving him some additional wages, etc., some additional fees, bonuses, etc., for signing for Real Madrid. That is there. That is involved in every free agent deal these days. So won't be even talking about that. But अगर मैं lineup की बात करूँ, the way Real Madrid are going to play, तो मुझे कहीं ना कहीं ऐसा लगता है that Real Madrid won't go for a 3 at the back, जो कि Rudiger का best football निकाल के लेकर आता है. That is the left centre back role in a 3 at the back. Real Madrid वैसे नहीं जाने वाली है. Real Madrid will be 4 at the back, and at times in game we might see Carvajal going a little bit ahead and Alaba, Rudiger and Militao form a back three at times. And of lately Militao has been really very poor for us. I mean, if I'm talking about ever since the Barcelona game, I really doubt if he has been at the same level as he was in the Vedant by Madrid will go under transition तो भाई जब से रोनाल्डो गया तब से चल ही रहा है, but I won't get into that. Coming back to the Rudiger, तो मैं बोल रहा था कि Rudiger आपको 3 at the back में नहीं देखने को मिलेगा. You'll see him as 4 at the back. And I mean, there's a lot of pessimistic approach by Real Madrid fans. Ki since Real Madrid don't play a 3 at the back, Rudiger won't be able to perform. I do feel personally that Rudiger would be able to perform. See, first of all, in Spain, where the game is a little bit slow, with due respect to Spanish football, the game is a little bit slow compared to the Premier League. I really doubt कि Rudiger को इसमें कुछ problem हो सकती है. I mean, Rudiger is a very good ball passer, ball progressor. You can't play him with Alaba as a 2 centre back and your 2 full backs. Alaba has to play as a left back when Rudiger is playing at centre back, because both are ball progressors, and I really doubt if he could play 2 ball progressing centre backs at the same time. I really doubt if that could work. So I'm really very optimistic about Rudiger, and he's going to be a leader in the team. Pretty sure about it.
Yeah, I think we can safely say, let's be honest, I know Militao has done brilliant, Alaba has done brilliant, लेकिन वो एक leadership element जो था ना, when Sergio Ramos used to bring, I know I'm probably talking big words here. I think Rudiger has that ability, if not like in terms of character, in terms of basically what he brings on the pitch, एक fighter element है, वो है मतलब बंदे में. I know Sergio Ramos used to take penalties and brilliant at set pieces, वो एक different element, but against Rudiger he can give you a lot of kind of assists. आपको पता है मतलब you played against us last season as well, and the kind of assist that he gave like to Pulisic for example, that was one of the examples. Like, absolutely, like वो उसका ball playing ability is actually underrated, and the fact that वो 3 the back में shoot करता है, you have to be able to play the ball, and that is what I think Real Madrid, let's be honest, as much as हमें पता है कि Real Madrid have gone to counter attacking teams, this is not the long term solution anyway. So maybe this is a good change for Real Madrid in the next season, and it'll be interesting how he fits in. Absolutely, yeah. Rudiger can prove to be the best signing for Madrid if they don't get Tchouameni. So basically Rajesh is saying Tchouameni, and we'll come to Tchouameni as well. Definitely हम उसकी भी बात करेंगे. वहाँ भी काफी फाइट चल रही है. वहाँ पर I know एक जगह PSG versus Real Madrid था, एक जगह Chelsea versus Real Madrid था, और यहाँ पर Liverpool versus Real Madrid हो रहा है, from what we hear, or we'll come to that for sure. But yeah, by the way यार, थोड़ा सा I know that Vedant का internet is not the best, but I'm hoping that you guys are able to hear. मैं तो खुद सोच सकता हूँ. So yeah, just ignore. We know that Vedant and Madrid Pundits are great content creators, so don't judge by that. Yeah, like request quickly. What a great personality, great mindset, like the interview. Well, absolutely. He's a great speaker. I think that helps, right? Vedant being a great speaker as a leader, right?
Thank you. Yeah,
exactly. So यहाँ पर देखो, yeah, exactly. Like and subscribe. To be honest with you, Ankit, okay, Syed has a point. Rudiger only went when agent and Madrid club has given something which felt him to level up his performance. Well, Syed, मैंने खुद बोला है भाई, मतलब मैंने खुद बोला है वो दूध का धुला नहीं है, ठीक है? Let's be honest about it. No player in today's day and age is going to be a Francesco Totti. नहीं मिलते भाई, ऐसे प्लेयर नहीं मिलते आप. वो रियलिटी ऑफ फुटबॉल है. मार्क नोबल, मैं खुद एज अ चेल्सी फैन लास्ट वॉच अलॉन्ग में मैंने ताली बजाया था फॉर अ वेस्ट हैम लेजेंड. व्हाई? बिकॉज आज के दिन में से प्लेयर्स मिलते ही नहीं है. वन क्लब मैन डजंट बी देयर. और यूडिगर इज नॉट समवन हु ऑलवेज बीन देयर. मतलब आप देखो, स्टुटगार्ट में था, देन आई थिंक रोमा में था, देन आई थिंक चेल्सी में था. सो आई थिंक ही इज क्लियरली काइंड ऑफ टेकन स्टेप्स, और वो खुद चाहता था. इट इज क्लियर, साइड इज राइट, that he has basically gone to that because of the fact that उसको एक ऑफर मिली है. Yeah, and I have gone on record saying I'm not going to sit here and say that nahi yaar, Chelsea are bigger than Real Madrid. I cannot say that, and that's the reality of it. We are working towards it for many years, and we are definitely close. But as in, the reality is Real Madrid becomes calling, especially when Chelsea are in a problematic situation. Especially if Chelsea आपको पैसे नहीं commit कर सकती, you are basically winning in all grounds. You are basically your footballing ambition is fulfilled, your basically pocket is filled, or of course it's a change of environment. It's a personal ambition to Spain maybe karna chahta hu, who knows, or
Hmm.
maybe Hazard being there has helped. I know Hazard hasn't been great in terms of the performances and in terms of the fitness, but the fact that Hazard has gone on record, Vedant, if I'm not wrong, that he will be at Madrid, 100% has helped. Don't you think so with this?
Kind of it does, to be very honest. But अगर मैं Rudiger हूँ, I kind of do understand his perspective. I mean, अभी Chelsea की owners recently, to, if I'm not wrong, एक हफ्ते पहले या 10 दिन पहले अनाउंस हुए थे. But Rudiger की signing कहीं ना कहीं Fabrizio Romano and other reliable journalists ने way before announce मतलब कह दी थी कि हाँ भाई he's going to Real Madrid. Because when he made that decision, back then Chelsea didn't have like अभी एक project आएगा आप लोगों के लिए, but उस टाइम पे बहुत like एक तरीके से वो बहुत अनश्योर था. देयर वाज नो श्योरिटी कि हाँ ब्रो, हाँ भाई, आई एम गोना गेट सफिशिएंट अमाउंट ऑफ प्लेइंग टाइम, माय पोजीशन इज गारंटीड. यू विल नो दैट, राइट? सो ऊपर से इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, रियल मैड्रिड आर पेइंग एज मच एज चेल्सी आर करंटली टू रूडिगर की करंटली सैलरी क्या पे कर रही है चेल्सी? 7 मिलियन 8 मिलियन?
नहीं, तो अभी वी हैड ऑफर्ड बेसिकली 240K पर वीक ऑफर किया था अभी. दैट इज द लास्ट ऑफर फॉर व्हाट आई नो 250 तक कर लेते इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, लेकिन वही है, इट डिडंट गेट इनफ ना, इट डिडंट गेट इनफ द लाइन. एंड आई थिंक रियल मैड्रिड ने क्या ऑफर किया, आई थिंक इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग इट्स डेफिनेटली 300 प्लस 350 if I'm not wrong, closer to that, right?
I don't know weekly wage, but if I'm not wrong, it's 8.5 million, 9 million.
8.5, exactly, right, exactly. That is like far more. So I think it comes to around between 350 and 375. तो that is far more. मतलब आप compare भी नहीं कर सकते. But I think it's not just about wages. I know a lot of people बोलेंगे he wanted a certain amount of wages. हाँ, हो सकता था he might have stayed at Chelsea, but I don't think वो guarantee. It is one of the factors. It is not the factor, because again, knowing Rudiger and knowing that the kind of success that he'll have in the future, I know that under Lampard he wasn't great, but that was more because of off-field issues. And you can argue about four at the back, like Vedant said. But again, yeah, Germany के लिए देखो, yes, they play three at the back as well, but there are times when they go four at the back, and when he also is still there in the team. तो मैं बोलूँगा यार, again, मतलब having seen very closely, मतलब because the fact that पहले भी जब चेल्सी में आया था, the scouting started early, ना, रोमा के लिए. तो रोमा के लिए I know he was injured for a long while, but you saw his performances at Roma also. He was always the leader, and they played four at the back. It's not like they played five at the back, Roma. So he did well there, and that's why Chelsea ने scout किया था उसको उस समय. So I think it will be fine, यार. I kind of don't get many of the comments, but again, it's your opinion. By the way, यार 40 लोग देख रहे हैं. Come on, let's get the likes up, यार. आज likes पे थोड़ी कंजूसी हुई है. Again, I know the connectivity sometimes, क्योंकि weather खराब होता है, कभी-कभी होता है. But लेकिन आप लोग को सुन रहे हैं अच्छे तरह से, मुझे तो सुन रहा है, तो I'm guessing you guys also are able to hear. But absolutely यार, मतलब great having Madrid Pundits. Hopefully आप लोग सब Madrid Pundits को भी करो, और not just that on Almighty Sports Plus, because this is a huge weekend. तो आप देखोगे यार, मुझे मेरा चेहरा बहुत बार देखोगे इस weekend. इतना बोल देता हूँ, simply put. He was the reason Madrid back out for Haaland, but Madrid can deal with it without them. There is UCL final, but it creates pressure to in the player because of controversy and all it has. I think we're talking about Mbappe here, if I'm not wrong. No player is bigger than club. Happy for Rudiger, but MBappe Saga is overhyped. Well, Aditya, you do have a point, certainly. Because I don't think Madrid lacked the number of goals. That is not the thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, Vedant. I think point is not about the goals. It's just about the Madrid culture.
See, this is not about goals, or this is not about how our season has been just this year. I mean, if you look at post-Cristiano Ronaldo era, I mean, the first 3 years where he was gone, he was at Juventus and at Real Madrid, where our best achievement was winning a La Liga and Champions League semis with Zizou. Real Madrid didn't score many goals. Real Madrid 1 या 2 गोल एक मैच में स्कोर करना, क्लीन शीट करना, पोजेशन डोमिनेट करना, यही था मैड्रिड का. And जब से Carlo Ancelotti आया है, that has changed completely because Vinicius, Rodrigo, and many other youngsters have stepped up their game. Benzema has gone to a whole different level altogether. So इसलिए अभी आपको लग रहा है कि हाँ, we really do not lack goals, etc., etc. But Kylian Mbappe is a signing. It is a marquee signing, as I'll say, signing of the decade for Real Madrid, which will mark a new era for the club altogether. Just how Ronaldo did it for us back then in 2009. We started a brand new era. Jose Mourinho came, and the success which Ronaldo got to the club. So that is exactly why we've kind of hyped the MBappe saga or the MBappe signing to Real Madrid. because it's also been a long time wait, you know.
मतलब
Mbappe
यार
is like my
let's be
college.
honest, like Real Madrid whether you like it or not are always the Galacticos. वो एक है, मतलब that's what I was telling. मैं जो Real Madrid DNA बोल रहा था ना Vedant, वही है. That's what I was saying. But yeah, this is a great comment. Mbappe is like my college, is that girl who's the most beautiful and everyone wants her. She tries to find the best for him on all college life but ends up marrying an old government job holder. Come on भाई, मतलब ये थोड़ा सा I think थोड़ा overplay हुआ है, लेकिन exactly no भाई, मतलब दर्द वहाँ दिख रहा है clearly दिख रहा है. He will be as good as Hazard because La Liga and Premier League is completely different. That he's talking about Rudiger here, Sayed. Interesting comment. But again, our defender, like Vedant said, as a defender, the pace of the game is far kind of manageable in La Liga. No disrespect, it's just the way the league is. That's why he'll be fine. But again, can he step up again in the in the Champions League games? जो होता है, मतलब lot of times when people move leagues, वो एक problem नजर आती है. Let's see, मतलब he knowing Rudiger by application is there. If you're talking like on the other hand, we'll come to Barca as well. I know that there are Barca fans in the house. We will be talking about Barca because Christensen है, Lewandowski है, Raphinha है, वहाँ पर भी काफी changes है. But yeah, let's actually talk about the midfield here, and I'll come to the comments and Mbappe as well. लेकिन Tchouameni, now I will be sharing the Real Madrid squad यहाँ पर Vedant. मतलब come on, like I don't think इतना spoil भी होना चाहिए with the Galacticos. I'm just kind of putting a pun. लेकिन the fact कि यार इतने सारे options आपके पास already है, trust me. और हाँ, you can talk about age and what not. The reality of it भाई, मतलब आपने जो किया है ना, not to just to Chelsea. मैं अपना दर्द नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, ये बोल रहा हूँ I'm talking on behalf of obviously Man City, Chelsea, PSG. आप बोलोगे even La Liga में जो सेविया के साथ हुआ था, मतलब अब अनगिनत है भाई. मतलब इस वाले सीजन में तो different element. Ancelotti coming back, that's the best part. Just check it out. So again, these are defenders. आप देखो midfielders में we are having obviously Cruz, Modric, Casemiro, Valverde, Lucas, not a central midfielder. Ceballos probably is. आप count करोगे उसमें, इसको can play there or thereabouts. तो definitely Camavinga है. तो we are talking about already 7 options. 7 options भाई. तो आप बोलो इसमें से who are the people who are going out for sure and who are the people that you think need replacement इस season में, coming season में.
See, आप midfield में options देख रहे हो, quality options, definitely, there's no doubt about that. But Isco is leaving for sure, it is confirmed, he is going somewhere. कहाँ जा रहा है वो तो अब तक confirm नहीं हुआ है, probably PSG चले जाएगा या Juventus चले जाएगा, जहाँ पे they need a creative.
वो domino effect का जो last बचा हुआ है ना portion, वहाँ जाएगा.
हाँ. So Isco is leaving for sure. You need a replacement for Luka Modric, a long-term replacement, in fact, for Luka Modric, because he can't be playing forever. Luka Modric has had a great season, I'll say a fantastic season. But आपको एक बात की surety नहीं होती है with age की, हाँ भाई वो 37 का है. You're not sure, कि ये बंदा ये same way में अगले साल भी ऐसा ही deliver करेगा. I honestly want Luka Modric to perform like that, but that's a very big question mark because of his age and the amount of games he's played this season, around 50 games already. So Toni Kroos के लिए you need someone, because Toni Kroos either has he started to decline or it's just that the way Carlo Ancelotti plays is not suitable for someone like Toni Kroos, because यहाँ पे आप कहीं ना कहीं games dominate नहीं करते, and Toni Kroos is known for dominating games, like possession wise, orchestrator, etc. And Kroos के साथ साथ थोड़ा Casemiro में भी decline आपको देखने को मिला है. I mean, his shooting ability, थोड़ा बहुत pace उसका slow हुआ है, and कहीं ना कहीं reckless tackling कर देता है कभी कभार, तो he's been a bit off as well. तो वहाँ पे थोड़ी बहुत concerns है. You need good options now. Is basically you need 2 replacements and Isco is leaving. So basically आप अगर कस्टिया से भी किसी को लाते हो, अकेडमी से भी किसी को लाते हो, तो that's probably going to be Antonio Blanco, and उसको भी आप देने वाले हो प्रमोशन की नहीं, nobody knows.
Yeah, actually Syed makes a great point यहाँ पर. आज ही रियल बेटिस के साथ by the way कैसा रहेगा भाई, इंटरेस्टिंग, मतलब both the teams will give guard of honor to each other क्या, मतलब काफी इंटरेस्टिंग रहने वाला है.
हाँ
I don't know, I'm not kind of ये शायद it's one of the first, मतलब I don't remember this kind of
First
a
time,
scenario.
yeah, probably in the last 15 years or something in La Liga, first time ऐसा होगा कि
First
दोनों
time हुआ
टीम्स
ना
एक
recent,
दूसरे को गार्ड अप होने देंगी। तो मतलब कैसे
interesting
होगा,
thing.
ये दोनों एंट्री मारेंगे तो एक दूसरे को ऐसे ऐसे ताली बजाते बजाते एंट्री मारेंगे क्या?
नहीं मतलब आई थिंक पहले एक टीम देगा प्रॉब्ली रियल बेटिस विल स्टार्ट ऑफ गिविंग द गार्ड
हाँ।
ऑफ ऑनर एंड देन दे विल गो और वो खड़े हो जाएंगे, ये लोग फॉलो करेंगे, यू नो प्रॉब्ली यही होने वाला है, मतलब अगेन आई एम जस्ट गेसिंग दैट अगेन, या बट आज का रियल मैड्रिड स्क्वाड विल चेक दैट, आई थिंक अभी भी टाइम है किक ऑफ पे, तो विल चेक दैट फॉर श्योर, बट अगेन यार पीपल रियल मैड्रिड फैंस एंड न्यूट्रल्स बोलिए भाई, लिवरपूल फैंस है शायद, एज लिवरपूल फैन आप बोलिए च्यूआमेनी। नाउ मेरा ये आर्गुमेंट है भाई, मतलब एक तो यार एक साल तक पेटर चेक ने शुरू किया था, जस्ट टू लेट यू नो, ये information for your information है Vedant and for all the fans out there, Petr Cech was a big fan, obviously being following the French league, वो वहां पर खेले हुए हैं, तो he has been saying that you know Tchouameni is one of them, obviously you know Julian Lawrence the journalist you know gave a thumbs up last season, जब हमने किया था स्काउट, तो all the scouting चेल्सी का ये प्रॉब्लम है ना भाई, हम एक साल तक स्काउट करते हैं, सोचते रहते फिर यार बैंग दूसरी क्लब आकर ले जाती है, वही होता है, मतलब हमारा तो यार ओनर ही नहीं है अभी, तो यार माई बाप नहीं है, तो थोड़ा वेट करना पड़ेगा ऐसे भी, ठीक है, और प्लस ऑब्वियसली वी आर नॉट एट दैट लेवल अगेन फॉर द टाइम बीइंग कंपेयर्ड टू व्हाट यू नो रियल मैड्रिड और लिवरपूल इज, तो बट से लिवरपूल में जाता है, आई एम जस्ट काइंड ऑफ यू नो पुटिंग इट आउट देयर, you are having Fabinho, you are having Henderson, ठीक है, Fabinho is a natural DM, Henderson is not your natural DM at this age, so you are at least your second choice in Real Madrid. When Casemiro is not there, I would argue that Valverde has arguably done you know enough to be your second choice, नहीं?
As a CDM,
Yeah, even as a CDM, क्योंकि डबल पिवट भी खेले हैं भैया आप लोग at times in while
you're
in the
right
game.
here, but you're right here, but honestly, I don't see Valverde playing centrally and as a CDM. The way
लेकिन
Casemiro, the
Camavinga
way
और
Kante,
Valverde साथ में चले बहुत, in our game itself they have really done well.
but वही है ना भैया, you can't say with Madrid कि double pivot हम कब खिलाएंगे कब नहीं खिलाएंगे, but the basic formation, the every now and then formation is a 4-3-3 holding CDM. So the way Casemiro, the way Busquets, the way Kante, these CDMs have shown us over the years, you know, but CDM is not an easy task. It's a very, very tough task. And someone like Valverde, वो एक player है जो wide पे ज़्यादा खेलना prefer करता है, and right side wide. मैंने ये मार्केरोनी दिव्यांश भाई के साथ भी इस बात पे बहुत बात करी है कि आप Valverde को एक सेंट्रल मिडफील्ड के स्पॉट पे भी अगर आप देखो, तो आप उसको यही देखते हो कि वो राइट साइड पे ड्रिफ्ट मारेगा, वाइड साइड पे और रन बनाएगा. That's his kind of play. वो CDM पे स्टिक नहीं रहेगा. Yes, of course, वो interceptions करेगा. Yes, of course, he'll tackle. Yes, he'll win the ball for sure. But he's not a proper CDM. Makeshift, maybe.
यार by the way TCS भी in the house, आप भी बोलिए भाई, मतलब क्या लग रहा है फील, talk about Tchouameni, talk about Mbappe, देखते हैं people to check out TCSB as well, भाई अपना I feel we need more players to play different styles according to the situation. Carlo was correctly criticized for not having a plan B, but again Carlo did not have a great bench strength. Anurag, that is my point. Your Valverde and Camavinga is your plan B. मैं वही उस पर ही आ रहा हूँ, क्योंकि टेक्निकली वो दोनों प्लेयर्स बोलेंगे भाई वी हैव डन इनफ इन दिस सीजन, इन अ सेकंड सीजन वी नीड सम स्टार्ट, एंड अगेन यू कैन से दैट आप रियल मैड्रिड हो, यू हैव द गैलेक्टिकोस, बट मॉडर्न फुटबॉल डजंट वर्क लाइक दैट अनफॉर्चुनेटली, मे बी बिकॉज ऑफ यू नो सोशल मीडिया, जो बबल हुआ है लास्ट 2 साल में, मैंने ईशान भाई से अभी डिस्कस किया था थोड़ी देर पहले, जो बबल हुआ है ना, दैट हैज created more conversation between these players, and we are talking about top players here. तो यहाँ पर लेवल ऑफ कंपटीशन आता ही है आपका सबकॉन्शियसली, whether you like it or not. आप देखियो मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड में क्या हुआ है, इतने जो बिहाइंड द सीन्स प्रॉब्लम्स हुए, why it's happened. चेल्सी में क्यों हुआ है, there are reasons for this. But yes, here चलो यार ये तो थोड़ी नाइंसाफी हो गई. 123 vote but 61 likes. Let's get to 123 likes as well, people. Not 50%, 100%. And I'm hoping जो भी देख रहा है 45 people अभी है, डबल हो जाए, ज्यादा लाइक्स हो, एल्गोरिथम बोलेगा, और मैड्रिड पंडित्स को सब लोग कर लीजिए सब्सक्राइब, और हमें मत भूलना, वो डेफिनेटली है. ये देखो भाई क्या गुजराती बॉडी का दिमाग यार, शायद ये कमेंट्स ना मतलब अलग ही लेवल भाई, क्या है तो बोला भाई, अरे ये जस्ट बैंटर है भाई, मतलब पीपल डोंट टेक इट अदरवाइज. श्याम यार, बाय द वे श्याम, आप ये स्ट्रीम ना श्याम की वजह से ही हुआ है. हर एक स्ट्रीम में आके एम्बापे पूछते रहे, मैं वीडियोस निकालता था, आप वो देखते नहीं थे श्याम शायद, लेकिन वही है, मैं लाइव आता है, चलो श्याम बात करो अभी एम्बापे. बट यस वी हैव टू स्पीक अबाउट स्ट्राइकर्स, और अगेन मुझे पता है सब लोग जो लेट ज्वाइन किए, आप एम्बापे के बारे में सुनना चाह रहे हो, बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन मैंने स्टार्ट किया है, मैं आऊंगा उस पर भी आऊंगा सर्टेनली बिफोर द गेम किक्स ऑफ. बट यार क्विकली we have to speak about your rival, मतलब बार्सिलोना एंड चेल्सी पर भी आएंगे चेल्सी फैंस, लेकिन हाँ, in a way we are already speaking about Chelsea because Lewandowski, like Lewandowski is a it's a huge statement if अगर कर पाए ना बारसा in the window जहां पर Real Madrid अभी as things stand, Mbappe may not join Real Madrid, and if Barca actually get Lewandowski in, I would say arguably still in his prime, मतलब maybe people might disagree, but Vedant, आपको क्या लगता है, like just as an opposition, would you like Barca to be the way that they are with Frankie De Jong being there, the midfield with Gavi, Pedri showing the midfield of the जो yesteryears वापस से potential, या you would be more scared कि नहीं यार भाई Lewandowski आ जाएगा, that is one thing that they have leadership, they have goals, they already have a decent in a midfield with Frank Kessie adding. So how do you see as an opposition?
Barcelona को आप देखो तो they've already started making numerous changes in the squad and quality changes. Frank Kessie का हो गया. If somehow they manage to pull Robert Lewandowski, तो that will be a very big addition. Lewandowski definitely अपने prime पे है, but कहीं ना कहीं हमारे star striker ने उसका नाम थोड़ा सा पीछे कर दिया because of the amount of goals he scored. And
इंशाल्लाह यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा मुझे आना पड़ेगा. By the way यार, मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ everyone people who जिन्होंने like नहीं किया ना सोच के कि इंटरनेट खराब है, अभी इंटरनेट एकदम ठीक लग रहा है, touch wood, तो you know it's good. So, but yeah, देखो Lewandowski, if you're talking in numbers alone, actually he is ahead of Benzema. हाँ, the important goals Benzema is far ahead. I would agree with that. लेकिन in terms of numbers अभी भी Lewandowski आगे है. Please continue.
To answer to that, Benzema Copa del Rey में नहीं खेला है. So if that answer. Anyways, coming back.
Good one. Yeah.
Benzema scored 56 or 57 goals in the league and Champions League alone. वैसा उसका कुछ स्टार्ट है. तो कहीं ना कहीं ओवरशैडो तो किया ही है Lewandowski को, but नहीं, not taking anything away from Lewandowski, he's a phenomenal player in terms of goal scoring definitely, and you know मतलब I honestly want Lewandowski to join Barcelona because seeing Real Madrid, मतलब हाँ मैं Madrid fan हूँ, but कहीं ना कहीं एक न्यूट्रल फैन का पर्सपेक्टिव देखो तो ला लीगा कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा बोरिंग था ये सीजन. Madrid बहुत इजीली डोमिनेट कर रही थी कोई भी टीम को. Barcelona ने obviously हमें 4-0 हराया, but still we were just winning too easily against any team. तो कोई कंपटीशन नहीं था ना लीग में. Real Madrid sailed through the league comfortably. Sevilla gave us a bit competition, but they also lack quality in their squad. तो कहीं ना कहीं we had to overpower and win. तो as a neutral fan, I'd want that Madrid-Barcelona rivalry to, you know, rise up again. And Lewandowski's signing is something which is beneficial for La Liga because Barcelona clearly need a superstar. And Lewandowski is that superstar. And he's also the player they've been searching for all this while. Because अब बारसा को देखो, वो chance creation बहुत अच्छा करते हैं. अरे प्लीज यार ये सब मत बोलो यार. हाँ
या तो मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड फैन कमेंटिंग, यू नो, चेल्सी फैंस चैनल, यू नो, थोड़ा दुखती पीड़ा है, मतलब एनीवे प्लीज कंटिन्यू.
हाँ, so he's kind of the player they've been wanting, you know, someone in his prime with tons of experience who's done it all, won everything apart from the Ballon d'Or, that is. So he'll be a great addition to the squad. ऊपर से आप उनकी गेम्स देखो, चांस क्रिएशन में उनको तकलीफ नहीं है, उन्हें गोल स्कोरिंग में तकलीफ है, एंड लेवेंडोस्की ये तकलीफ मिटा देगा उनकी ऑल टुगेदर. तो आई ऑनेस्टली वांट लेवेंडोस्की एट बार्सिलोना. बेंजेमा लेवेंडोस्की आपको देखने को मिलेगा कहीं ना कहीं फॉर द पिच.
या मतलब अगेन मैं तो बोलूंगा जस्ट फॉर ला लीगा इटसेल्फ, मतलब अगेन आई थिंक राजेश ने बोला था अबाउट वी थॉट वी गेट टू सी हालैंड वर्सेस एम्बापे, ग्रेट कमेंट दिस, एब्सोल्युटली, यू नो, लेवा वर्सेस बेंजेमा. और मैं मतलब अगेन पीपल रीड टू मच इनटू द एज. मैं तो फ्लैग बैरर उसका खुद ही. ऑनेस्टली मैं बोलता हूँ बोथ लेवेंडोस्की एंड बेंजेमा आज भी आर्गुएबली आर बेटर देन एम्बापे वर्सेस हालैंड. ट्रस्ट मी, आई जेन्युइनली बिलीव इट. और वो आई कैन आर्ग्यू दैट मे बी इट इज अ फैक्ट एज वेल. लेकिन अगेन all four are great. It's just that Lewandowski, Benzema are in that stage where you can see that competitiveness more than just आपको shine करने के लिए नहीं चाहिए. मतलब तो I am actually looking forward to this absolutely भाई, अगर होता है. But again, as a Chelsea fan, I have to get in there. थोड़ा सा Chelsea भी डाल देते हैं. People Chelsea fan don't get disappointed. Yes, हमें Lewandowski नहीं मिलने वाला है. मैंने बोला यार ये वीक है, ये वीक ही था. Lewandowski आप देखो, the mode of striker he is, I don't see him coming in the Premier League. आप कैसे एग्जांपल दोगे? You saw Lewandowski in the Euros, ठीक है? You saw that basically Lewandowski needs a team around him, needs a team of creators. यार चेल्सी की टीम में अभी team of creators है ही नहीं. हमें चाहिए more. I know we create a lot of chances as well, like, but we don't create as much kind of, you know, telling chances from midfield. वो आते हैं, you know, chances that maybe a striker miss somehow because of the fact that वो they just come out. They're not like thought after chances that we actually create from midfield. जो बारसा में उनको मिलेगा, तो I think Lewandowski to Barca kind of fits very well. But again, Manchester United fans, probably Man City fans, बोलोगे यार maybe just Frankie De Jong, you know, आ जाए, मतलब that might be one of the things. I don't know, वहाँ
नहीं,
पर
वो
भी
एक्चुअली कैंसिल आउट हो गया, वो एक्चुअली
कैंसिल
कैंसिल
आउट हो
आउट हो
गया,
गया। मैन यूनाइटेड
लग
डोंट
रहा
वांट
है
टू पे
वही।
80 मिलियन।
करेक्ट, वहां पर भी गड़बड़ लग रहा है, तो लेकिन लग रहा है कि हो सकता है वो बाहर जाए। अब कहाँ जाए, द बिग क्वेश्चन, कहाँ देखते हो
अंकित भैया
वेदांत?
सोचो ना 80 मिलियन मगवायर के लिए दे दिया, लेकिन यहाँ पे डियोंग के लिए 80 मिलियन देने पे कंजूसी कर रहा है, बोलो।
नहीं, वो रियलाइजेशन होता है ना, दो बार नहीं देना भाई, दो सेम चीज, सिंपली पुट,
हाँ,
एब्सोल्युटली। लेकिन या मतलब मैं बाय द वे मैं बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन को स्टार कर रहा हूँ, जो भी रेलेवेंट है बेस्ड ऑन द कॉन्वर्सेशन में ले रहा हूँ कमेंट्स। लेकिन अगेन यार, आपको अगर प्रायोरिटाइज करना है, यू कैन ऑलवेज सुपर चैट, देयर इज एन ऑप्शन, बट ऑफ कोर्स ओनली इफ यू कैन अफोर्ड, अदरवाइज मैं स्टार कर रहा हूँ, वेलकम टू दैट। अंकित, ट्रस्ट मी, Lewandowski is a player who will take Barca to next UCL finals for sure. Finals, अभी भी आई एम इन टू माइंड्स, हम आएंगे बेस्ड ऑन द अदर ट्रांसफर्स, बेस्ड ऑन जस्ट जो होती है ना, मतलब when you have such a young squad, no Saya, then and everyone watching as well, like हमने देखा है भाई चेल्सी में भी, in Milan we have seen over the years, जो transition period होता है ना, the problem is वो star value दिखता है, लेकिन will they be consistent for the entire season? So that's my only question, because yeah, आप ही देखे यार, group stages में we were very good under Lampard, but then what happened later on, if Tuchel nahi aate, तो we wouldn't have kind of got to the next level, because what happened with Bayern Munich, I think the previous year, we know that we couldn't have taken it, right? So I think it depends on the management as well, thoda. Mbappe changed his mind after yesterday's Everton match. Super frank. Interesting, bhai, interesting. Let's see. Yes, everyone, let's hit the like button, and everyone, yeah, करीबन 75 लोग हैं, सब लोग, hopefully everyone, each and everyone is subscribed to Madrid Pundits as well as you know, Almighty
we're
Blues
getting
FC,
very
Almighty
close
Sports
to
Plus.
2k subscribers, please कर दो
Yeah,
guys।
let's get them there, and let's get us to 3.5k. हम भी बहुत क्लोज है,
हाँ,
I think hopefully
definitely।
हम हो जाएंगे आज रात को, लेकिन हाँ, if you can get us there, fantastic। और जैसे मैंने बोला, इस वीकेंड तो यार चेहरा देखना पड़ेगा, इस चेहरा को देख लो, मतलब, और आई डोंट नो अबाउट वेदांत, बट मैं तो दिखूंगा आपको, बिकॉज दिस इज द वीकेंड दैट वी काइंड ऑफ वेट फॉर द एंटायर सीजन ऑलमोस्ट, राइट? am I the only one who don't care that Mbappe goes? Interesting, and that is what the attitude we need. हमें ऐसा एटीट्यूड चाहिए, टू बी ऑनेस्ट, because sometimes player gets, you know, bigger than the club, which is not what football is all about, nahi Vedant? Like for me, yeah, but you said it, like you still want Mbappe because of the player he is, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Look, there was question, like let's put it this way, agar by chance, again, looking likely nahi aayega Real Madrid because of obvious reasons told, uh, what do you think should be Madrid's next step? Like, what is the player signing that you would want, or you would just wait कि एक और साल wait करो, आएगा eventually?
It's not just about Mbappe, it's about making changes in the whole squad, because अगर आप देखो ever since 2019 हमने squad में ज़्यादा additions नहीं करे हैं, departures हुए हैं थोड़े बहुत, but additions तो barely कुछ करे हैं, तो definitely the squad is aging a bit, and हमें changes करने ही पड़ेंगे team में as a very good quality right back, because Carvajal, he has been good, but हमें वहाँ पे भी change चाहिए, he'll ultimately decline at a certain point of time. Same for Casemiro, same for Cruz. We need quality replacements there as well. It's not just about one position. It's about making changes in that entire squad. And आपने भी एक point बोला कि Barca have youngsters and that will be too much pressure for a Champions League final. आपने भी just कहा ना, this is where I really like how Madrid's board approached this. क्योंकि अगर आप Madrid की team देखो, it's a perfect balance of experienced players who've been there, done that 4 to 5 times, and the youngsters, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Camavinga, and Benzema, Cruz, Modric, etc., etc. So it's a perfect balance here, you know, and I just hope we win it.
लेकिन ये फुटबॉल का इसका भी इंटरेस्टिंग है भाई, मतलब you might see Lewandowski versus Benzema and Mbappe versus Haaland.
हाँ, ये ला
In
लीगा
the
के लिए
Premiership.
एक्चुअली बहुत बेनिफिशियल है।
That will be interesting, absolutely. और अगेन यार, we are linked to a lot of players. हम तो लिंक ही हो रहे, हम नेक्स्ट स्टेप जा ही नहीं रहे, उसके पहले भाई कुछ ना कुछ आ जाता है ओनरशिप में यार, थर्ड पार्टी अग्री नहीं हुआ, ये हुआ वो हुआ, कुछ ना कुछ। अभी तक यार मैं सोचा था चेल्सी का स्टेटमेंट आ जाएगा फॉर्मल की यार, टॉट बॉली हो गए, वी कैन गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्टेज। एंकुकू, ठीक है, रफीनिया, अगेन 2 प्लेयर्स जो चेल्सी के साथ लिंक हुए, बट अगेन रफीनिया प्रीटी श्योर लीड्स, मतलब अगर रेलीगेट नहीं भी होगी तो रफीनिया विल मूव, लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट अबाउट इट। Barca जा रहा है, अब what do you see, like Dembele, you have seen the way he has changed La Liga in the last few months. Is he that reliable player that Barca should just stick to, or you think that they should get in a new person जहाँ पर आप rely कर पाओ. What would you do? Because you have seen wingers changing at Madrid as well.
Yeah. I'd honestly want Raphinha in La Liga. I mean, being a La Liga fan, of course. And I really doubt कि अगर Dembele रुकने वाला है या फिर बारसा की board management Dembele पे इतना rely करने वाली है. Because over the course of 4 to 5 years, it has been finally now कि उसकी मेंटालिटी पूरी तरीके से जावी के अंदर बदली है. उसने अपनी मेंटली अपने दिमाग को सब सही रखा है. उसने अच्छा डाइट लिया है, सब करा है. ही इज नॉट बिन ड्रिंकिंग, ही इज नॉट बिन पार्टिंग एक्सेट्रा. हॉस्पिटल एफसी ये सब ड्रामे उसके खत्म हो गए बेसिकली. बट आर यू श्योर कि अगर आप उसको एक लॉन्ग टर्म कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आगे जाके भी ऑफर करो तो ही विल रिस्पेक्ट द क्लब एंड प्ले द वे ही हैज बीन इन द लास्ट 4 to 5 months? There's no certainty about that. There's no certainty about that. So I'd want a player like Raphinha who's hungry, who wants to win something, and who has that mentality ki yes, I want to push myself higher up. And clearly dikh raha the way he plays. He's always wanting to win the games and etc.
Like यार what about Dembele? मतलब मैंने बोला था I think बाबा के साथ हमने बात किया था कल और we were discussing that कि मैं बोलूँगा
आपके साथ भी लिंक था, चेल्सी से भी स्ट्रांगली लिंक था ना वो तो.
Exactly. The thing is देखो Raphinha Dembele दोनों ही if I'm comparing तो Raphinha क्या प्लस पॉइंट है? Premiership proven. ठीक है. एक तो the biggest point is that. The second thing is Raphinha is not as injury prone as Dembele, not even close. ठीक है. The third point is एक जो विदान ने बोला already, it's about discipline. ठीक है. Raphinha I don't think has had so many discipline issues as compared to Dembele. So there are 3 issues यहाँ पर. लेकिन at the same time Dembele का क्या प्लस पॉइंट था? Tuchel के अंडर खेला है. He actually flourished. Arguably, he had the best season ever under Tuchel. ठीक है, arguably. He has played with Pulisic. जो Pulisic suddenly turns into right back and then becomes a striker and then पता नहीं क्या कर रहा है. So he has played with him. वो एक अच्छा tuning था दोनों wing में. They were kind of interchanging a lot. तो वो काफी इंटरेस्टिंग था. और टेक्निकली भाई आप बोलोगे from this calendar year के beginning में he has been one of the best assist makers out there. He is direct जो चाहिए था चेल्सी को. But I think like again जैसे मैंने बाबा को बोला था it's about I would not rely on Dembele being there week in week out because he's not a player आप बोलोगे be temperament be physical element. हाँ
he's not a player who can play 50 games a season. He's not a player.
Exactly.
Premier League में कर पाएगा कि नहीं that's also a very big question.
बिल्कुल and the fact that हमारे पास हाँ we have Ziyech it wouldn't have been a bad choice because they could have kind of replaced थोड़ा different element. Again when you have different players in the squad it actually helps. मैं तो I come with that school of thought. So that's not bad. But at the same time यार when supposing like God forbid वो वापस से injure हो जाता है and he's not able to prove like Ansu Fati का लोगों ने नाम लिया है like can you really as a Barca fan सच में बोलिए यार दिव्यांशु आप सच में can you rely on Ansu Fati at this point in time? Answer is no. I'll be honest. मतलब I love the player. The guy is superb. Same with Dembele on skill. हम skill की बात कर ही नहीं रहे. तो उसीलिए मतलब if he comes great. अगर नहीं आता तो it's not the end of the world. But with Mbappe to Madrid, it is different. Like let's be honest, it's a different level we are talking about, and that is why हम अलग से conversation करना चाह रहे हैं उसके बारे में. Best under 25 age player. Okay, this is interesting. Why this season best under 25 age? Vinicius.
Mbappe.
You would say Mbappe has had a better
season. I'd say Vinicius.
इस season में किसका better season गया है? Mbappe की Vinicius. Just as a player.
Scoring wise, it has. Vinicius is the most improved player this season.
हाँ मैं बोलूँगा Vinicius भाई
impact is also a question.
Impact is the girl. जो improved player you said as well. मतलब I would say मतलब again we are sticking to La Liga talks for now and of course मैं Chelsea भी बीच में घुसा रहा हूँ जबरदस्ती क्योंकि link हुए काफी players. लेकिन again like for me overall अगर बोलूँ तो Rafael Leao को क्या है भाई एज Rafael Leao मेरे ख्याल से मिलान again talking about one of the clubs that I support maybe biased लेकिन I think 22 हाँ Rafael Leao probably I would say like विदान ने बोला one of the most improved players मुझे लगता है if he kind of is played at a very high level club he'll do much better not that I want him leaving but yeah let's get to 100 likes people hopefully यार 90 है चलो 100 कर लो यार 150 है target at least and subscribe to Madrid Pundits absolutely where do you see Koulibaly blog rona heart यार first of all thanks Barca fan यहाँ पर hope करे Koulibaly आ जाए यार Koulibaly क्या लगता है यार उनको the way Koulibaly kind of carries himself what is the best fit for you Vedant?
I honestly don't have an answer to that because ever since 2018 2019 जहाँ पे उसका best season निकल कर आया था, where he was actually known by the entire football community, where he announced himself brightly, तब से उसके हर साल moves आता है. Sometimes he's going to United, sometimes Chelsea,
अरे नहीं
even
करना
Madrid
भाई.
at some point was linked with.
You said it right. You said it right. And it's not about Koulibaly. Problem क्या है मैं बोलूँ? Problem is Napoli. हमें नापोली से जब मिले थे प्लेयर, जॉर्जिनियो came from there, right? और Higuain ex Real Madrid player भी, he came on loan. मतलब that was वो अजूबा जो बोलते हैं ना, अजूबा हो गया. जबकि जॉर्जिनियो मैन सिटी के साथ लिंक थे. पेप wanted जॉर्जिनियो at the time. लेकिन वो हुआ था मॉरिशियो सारी के कारण, क्योंकि मॉरिशियो सारी is literally the father of Napoli.
Ex Napoli ना.
हाँ, exactly. और वो नापोली का arguably the best season ever in the Serie A बोलोगे was under Sarri.
जहाँ पे हिगवेन की गोल स्कोरिंग चार्ट्स ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड थे, मतलब
exactly. And again मैं मतलब मैराडोना के सीजन नहीं काउंट कर रहा. For those commenting है भाई, मैराडोना जब थे क्या, come on, how can you not count? मैं मॉडर्न फुटबॉल की बात कर रहा हूँ. It's one of the best. तो we still got it. लेकिन वही है, apart from that, कुलीबाली हमारे साथ I think 3 या 4 साल हुए. He's been linked so strongly. Similar to like how Spurs is in Premier League, they don't give away players easily. You have Sevilla in La Liga. तो every league में there is one team जो ज़्यादा they are going to pinch money. हाँ थोड़ा. So that's the point. लेकिन again leadership की बात करो तो you can argue that probably Barca requires that leadership at the back, considering कि PK is leaving and Chelsea also.
No, they're giving him an extension. They're giving him an extension. अभी recently मैंने पढ़ा है, एक दिन भी नहीं हुआ होगा. They're giving PK an extension.
यार लेकिन अभी I don't think यार वो first team में होगा beyond next year ना. Next year maybe.
मुझे भी ऐसा ही लगता है. मुझे भी.
Like a Thiago Silva kind of.
Going by the career he's had, etc. उसको out of respect दे रहे होंगे. Which Barcelona?
ये क्या बोल रहे भाई दिव्यांशु? After today's statement from Mbappe, mother about having agreement with both PSG and Real Madrid, if Real Madrid has any self-respect, they shouldn't sign Mbappe now and ask him to stay at PSG. It's an insult. Yeah, again, मतलब I don't follow Mbappe.
I think this is a bit harsh. It's a bit
honestly,
harsh on Madrid's.
They are confused यार. ये भी मतलब give the player a chance, नहीं वेदांत?
नहीं मतलब see उसपे एक तो बंदे पे 20 to 23 इयर्स का बेचारा लाइफ में ऑलरेडी इतना कंफ्यूज है. उसको फ्रांस के प्रेसिडेंट कॉल करके कह रहे हैं कि भाई तू रुक जा, लीग 1 में रुक जा. पीएसजी से प्रेशर आ रहा है, पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर मैसिव है. द क्लब इज ऑफरिंग super retarded मतलब taking super retarded decisions, making him the owner of the project, etc. So every day or the other उसको कुछ ना कुछ नया अपडेट करके PSG लाके दे रही है ना. It's not that he's asking PSG to give, PSG का ही हर रोज आप देख रहे हो that PSG has offered this, PSG has offered this. अभी उन लोगों ने उसको सुपरस्टार बना दिया, कल ओनर बना देंगे PSG का रुकाने के लिए. फिर उसके बाद आईफिल टावर दे देंगे उसको गिफ्ट में PSG के लिए. ऐसे हर रोज PSG कर रही है ये सब. वो एम्बापे उसमें कुछ कर नहीं सकता, to be very honest. And see, the guy is confused, because before this year he had very clear in his mind कि I want to go to Real Madrid. He even said it in an interview, right, a year back. कि I was pretty clear I wanted to leave. But PSG were very inclined towards him. So that's what has him confused. क्योंकि फ्रांस में they're valuing him very very highly. ऊपर से he has his dreams of coming to Real Madrid. So I honestly do understand. मतलब कहीं ना कहीं अगर मैं या आप एम्बापे होते तो क्या हम मैड्रिड आते? 300 मिलियन कितना पैसा होता है? 3 साल में उतना कमाना आसान नहीं है. वैसे भैया, I had one more question for you. I mean, you have been following football for like 20-25 years. And Kylian Mbappe is a player who does not have a football professional agent. It's his family who does all these dealings, etc. तो कहीं ना कहीं क्या ये ट्रांसफर सागा एक फुटबॉल एजेंट की वैल्यू बताती है? like how important these agents are as well to making a player's mind, like assuring the player and his family कि this is the best move for your player, for your son, etc.
Yeah, it's also एक आज के दिन में things are different than what it used to be, because आपका star value is different than your player value. You know what I mean? Your like let's be honest, like आज के दिन में अगर Beckham was today right, his value, who was already so high, would have been at least triple, because his star value was as big as how his player value was.
Sure,
so that is the difference. So that is why an agent is very very important आज के दिन में, because you whether you like it or not, आपका star value add होता है आपका player ability को, और that is what gives you the entire market value. और your club is basically held to ransom because आपको पता है there are takers out there, especially अभी जो है ना just after COVID, or I know technically नहीं after COVID, but you know what I mean, right? The fact that अभी finally clubs are ready to invest, and this is the time when the agents will be far more important, and things will change in the transfer market. But great question that. यार यहाँ पर तुषार क्या पूछे थे भाई? अंकित भाई, ऑलवेज आस्क यू अबाउट नेमा जूनियर बट यू नेवर आंसर्ड. तुषार क्या पूछे थे भाई? आप वापस पूछ लीजिए. I don't know if you ask whether he's the best player ever. Answer is no, but he's one of the best for sure. इतना बोल दूंगा, मतलब just to keep things simple. We will buy Nunez, no problem. Madrid has no place for big ego players. So who's the replacement, bhai? Who's that replacement for you?
No one's as good as Mbappe in the market. I really don't understand. मैंने आज एक वीडियो डाला, उसमें आधे लोगों ने तो यही लिखा है, 80 people have commented कि Mbappe has ego issues, etc. I mean, you need to understand the fact कि बंदे के पास एक कोई agent नहीं है, there's no one to guide him that this project will be better for you, etc. तो कहीं ना कहीं यही, हाँ मैंने ये देखा, फोटो देखी मैंने कल लेस्टर वाले गेम में, तो यही कहीं ना कहीं agents are playing a really very big role. I mean, if he had an agent like Jorge Mendes, this would have been sorted way before, probably.
अरे यहाँ शायद अच्छे ख्याले देते हुए मुझे देखो यार, मतलब पेरिसिच का ऐसा है ना, 4 दिन पहले मैंने ही डाला था, होने वाले इमिनेंट है, बट प्रॉब्लम इज एक्सपेक्टिंग कि 2 दिन में चेल्सी को ओनरशिप कंफर्म हो जाएगी, जो हुई नहीं अभी तक, फॉर्मली नहीं हुई है, ऑफिशियली नहीं हुई है, एंड दैट इज द ओनली रीजन व्हाई इट गॉट डिलेड. वो मौका मिल गया यूवेंटस को बात करने के लिए. Dybala जा रहा है, they are having a lot of changes there वहां पर, तो Di Maria and Perisic I think are favorites to go to Juventus now compared to Chelsea, one of them, right? As in again देखते हैं, मतलब I'm still hoping absolutely. But yes, let's get the likes up people. आज पता नहीं यार, maybe multitask करेंगे लोग, पता नहीं. Let's get the likes up everyone, and let's subscribe to our channels as well as Madrid Pundits. I don't get it why Barca are pushing for Alonso. He is a gem in front, but his defensive abilities are even poorer than Alba. मतलब यहाँ पर I'll take Vedant's opinion quickly on Barcelona again. लेकिन quickly यहाँ पर again मैंने ईशान भाई से discuss किया था about this signing. देखो, for me as a Barca fan, I don't think we should take it negatively at all. Trust me, you are getting a player, and I'm not saying it because of Chelsea player and we want to offload him. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मैं agent नहीं हूँ भाई Alonso का. मैं just fact बोल रहा हूँ. The guy can play in big matches. The guy can play left back. He is definitely vulnerable. I'm not saying that he's a starter, and you probably need a starter because Alba is not that good. But the fact that आप देखो दोनों का ही competition होगा जैसे स्पेन में competition, तो maybe that will up the level of Alonso. Maybe that will up the level of Alba. एक competition हो गया, for a similar level of player in terms of performance. Different players altogether. But आप देखो, when Barca is having the ball, बहुत बार Barca is playing 3 at the back and they let one of their fullbacks actually bomb forward. So Alonso might be that guy. Agar on the right side you are having a defensive fullback like an Aspilicueta. I'm just putting a realistic scenario, blog not. So आप don't get disappointed absolutely. कोई नहीं. So देखते हैं यार, मतलब again people do put in your predictions as well because there is a game happening. So let's see. As in, I know that's kind of not really consequential, Real Madrid Betis, but again, it is important. I feel that they end the season well. Raphinha is very talented. Brazil is building up next generation team around him. I wouldn't put in that level. Vedant, would you put him in that level? Not yet, right? They probably are doing that.
Building the next gen team around him. That's a little, I mean,
big statement, I think.
Yeah.
यार अभी भी यार नेमार है भाई, रहेगा थोड़े और साल
नेमार रहेगा फर्मिनियो, कोटिन्यो एक्सेट्रा.
हां एग्जैक्टली, लॉट ऑफ, बट हां ब्राजील की टीम है, फॉरवर्ड लाइन अलग ही है. डोंट ट्रस्ट डेम्बेले इज प्लेइंग टू गेट सोल्ड फॉर गुड मनी. यार मैं वर्नर के बारे में बोल रहा था सेम चीज 2 महीने पहले कि फाइनली इज टर्न्ड अप एब्सोल्युटली. सो दैट्स लाइक totally understandable as well. I agree, Ankit bhai. Party won't play every game. For that we can use Ferran Torres, and also I think we need to keep Depay. Interesting, yeah, Depay. By the way, Depay for Lewandowski to come to Barca, Depay मेरे ख्याल से has been offered. I don't know how true it is, how current it is. लेकिन यार Depay watching in La Liga, how do you rate him? मैं तो Dutch fan हूँ, तो यार थोड़ा सा bias दूंगा, इसलिए I'm asking you, Vedant.
Honestly, matlab, after this season, I may sound reactionary, but I have had my questions over Memphis Depay. United he didn't perform clearly. Lyon he was very, very good, no doubt about that. But again, Barcelona he's been here. Starting few games he was really very good, no doubt about that, but उसके बाद injury issues उसको हुए, उसके बाद he just couldn't pick up the pace and be there for Barcelona whenever they needed him. So can you say कि he struggles under pressure at big clubs because he's played at United and Barcelona and he hasn't been that promising? So that's a very big question mark even for me.
Yeah, good one. यहाँ पर यार यूनाइटेड का एक इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन था, मे बी आई जस्ट लॉस्ट इट. आई थिंक इज अबाउट इफ यूनाइटेड गेट अ प्लेयर लाइक वैन पर्सी, जो एक चेंज कर दिया था सीजन आई थिंक फ्रॉम आर्सेनल डायरेक्टली. तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट जो होता है ना क्रॉस ट्रांसफर इन अ लीग? मतलब आई नो रियल मैड्रिड बार्सा, इट्स हैपेंड इन द पास्ट, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू गो देयर. काफी बार्सा फैंस और रियल मैड्रिड फैंस से चैट में, वहां तो नहीं जा रहा मैं, लेकिन जनरली बोल रहा हूँ यार. व्हाट डू यू थिंक, लाइक आई नो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एसी मिलान फॉर एग्जांपल, जैसे हमने बात किया पेरिसिच मूविंग फ्रॉम इंटर मिलान टू यूवेंटस, डिबाला पॉसिबली
Çalhanoğlu.
हाँ, Çalhanoğlu
AC
was an example. Like, is this something that maybe future of football is better off having that, or basically आपको लगता है कि यार because it takes a lot of time to get adjusted to the next league, because a lot of transfers अभी ऐसे भी हो रहे rumors about them moving within the league. Lot of fans बोल रहे भाई सॉन को from Tottenham try यार. I know Tottenham never is going to sell to Chelsea again, नहीं होने वाला, लेकिन lot of fans बोल रहे why not try tempt करो भाई केन और सॉन को. तो what is your thing, like is this something that as a fan आप देखना चाहते हो कि या नहीं? मतलब loyalty एक चीज है अभी भी.
Loyalty, definitely. I wouldn't want my players, Real Madrid players, to play for Barcelona. I honestly wouldn't. And जो यूनाइटेड फैंस जो एकदम पागल हो गए थे सीजन के स्टार्ट में कि यार रोनाल्डो सिटी चले जाएगा, दैट इज प्रीटी मच अंडरस्टैंडेबल. आपके क्लब का लेजेंड है एंड ही इज प्लेइंग फॉर योर बिगेस्ट राइवल्स, योर सिटी राइवल्स. तो क्लियरली मेरे को समझ में आता है. आई वुडंट वांट मैड्रिड प्लेयर्स टू प्ले फॉर एटलेटी और बार्सा. अभी बीच में विंटर ट्रांसफर विंडो में रूमर्स भी आ रहे थे कि इसको विल गो टू बार्सिलोना. मेरा तो दिमाग खराब हो गया. I wouldn't want that to happen. I would want that loyalty factor to be there. And कहीं ना कहीं डिबाला भी वैसा ही करने वाला है because rumors तो यही कह रहा था that he is going to Mourinho's Roma.
You all didn't get the John Cena pun, यार. मतलब come on. Yeah, मतलब that was supposed to be a pun, exactly. Okay, let's see. मतलब again we are having a lot of matches to cover. अंकित भाई, एंकू का प्राइस टैग कितना है और वो मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड क्या यार? मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड एंकू को I really personally doubt it, honestly, क्योंकि यार the way Ten Hag plays ना, they want like एक skill based footballer ज़्यादा चाहिए. From what I know, what I've seen Ajax, मतलब I have watched Ajax a lot, that's why मैं बोल रहा हूँ. They probably need someone like an Anthony more just putting out there than an Nkunku. Nkunku is like more reliant on his pace and strength compared to his skills. आप अगर Anthony से directly compare करोगे तो इसीलिए मैं बोलूँगा Nkunku. I think maybe a team like Chelsea, जहाँ पर we don't kind of go only based on skills. So I think I'm just going with that. But again, yeah, it's just that maybe I want Nkunku, put it that way. Talking about Mbappe transfer situation, will it add pressure to perform better? If it doesn't, okay, it doesn't matter. He joins Madrid or stays at PSG. What about Mbappe? खुद यार, मतलब I think it'll definitely add pressure. नहीं, मतलब the next season, everyone, all eyes are anyway on him. Probably with Messi, or you would say that Mbappe leaving, PSG is good. The fact that Messi hasn't got, that kind of space in PSG. Where are you on that between Messi and Mbappe? Is it too many kind of stars PSG में?
Too many stars issues, yes, because they've got an entire front three of players who don't press for them, and that pressing is a very big role. Just ask Karim Benzema, he'll tell you. So that's the thing. I mean, probably Messi starts performing as soon as Mbappe leaves, because the thing is कि देखो मेसी की गोल स्कोरिंग इतनी पुअर क्यों रही है? बिकॉज एम्बापे ऑलरेडी टीम में है. एम्बापे इज द गोल स्कोरर, एम्बापे इज द फिनिशर. तो कहीं ना कहीं आई मीन sounds like a stupid point, but when you're already getting goals by, I don't know how to say this, but जब एम्बापे आपके लिए ऑलरेडी गोल स्कोर कर रहा है and it is working out for you and you're already winning the match comfortably, you wouldn't want your team to push high again and not make a clean sheet. Might sound like a stupid point. I just don't know how to explain it properly. But again,
नहीं मतलब that is absolutely right, क्योंकि यार basically you cannot rely on one factor. Simply put, आपको basically you have to be more rounded. यार Mbappe to Liverpool, actually if you just see the way he plays this football, actually this is probably match made in heaven. सच में बोलूं तो Mbappe to Liverpool actually works brilliantly. Problem is Liverpool पैसे नहीं देने वाली, इतना पता है हमें. और by the way, Liverpool fans, sorry,
नहीं देगी.
नहीं नहीं देती यार, मतलब दे हैव गिवन फॉर एलिसन इन द पास्ट, दे हैव गिवन फॉर वैन डाइक, लेकिन वो कैसे आए थे, वो आए थे कुटिन्यो से, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, प्राइमरी, राइट? अभी दे हैव दे डोंट नीड, वो ऐसे डेस्परेट सिचुएशन में है ही नहीं. दे आर हैविंग यार लुइस डियाज हु प्रोबब्ली प्लेज इन अ सिमिलर रोल, तो यू नो दे आर लाइक pretty well off. I don't
Luis
think.
Diaz, Minamino, so many quality options up front. They
Yeah.
don't really need Mbappe, to be honest.
अरे यार मैं, हाँ, इस चैनल की कंगना को भी बुलाएंगे कल भाई यार, एवरीवन वाचिंग यार, मैं बोलना भूल गया, मैं कल टेक्निकली आज ही हो गया इंडिया में, चलो आज दोपहर को भी लाइव हूँ. दैट इज बेसिकली वी विल बी कवरिंग द प्रीमियर लीग एंड ऑफ कोर्स क्विकली द सेरिया टाइटल रेस, तो वहां पर है ना, वी आर हैविंग अ लिवरपूल फैन हाउस, लेकिन ऑब्वियसली यार रियल मैड्रिड लिवरपूल है, तो वी विल बी ऑब्वियसली नो हैविंग Kamila as well, and we are talking about IndyCop here, if people who don't know. But yeah, well, with all this huge amount of money being spent on transfers, shouldn't there be a solid regulating body to fix the transfer? अरे financial fair play, I think technically तो है, अब वो कितना realistically है वो लोग ही जाने, FIFA ही जाने भाई, वो तो मतलब it is kind of debatable with I think Man City थी ना जो ban हुई थी, then they again got the banned
Chelsea भी तो हुई थी 2017-18 में.
चेल्सी का लेकिन ओवरटर्न नहीं होता भाई, चेल्सी का तो we have to take it. PSG is dysfunctional, the system नहीं. I would say यार मतलब it's about the manager. मतलब again you might disagree but that's what I feel. But yeah, quickly यहाँ पर मैं share करने वाला हूँ the lineup because I know within 5 minutes I think Vedant has to go for the watch along. So let's actually share, and anyone who's not liked, who's not subscribed to Madrid Pundits as well, please do यार, सब लोग अभी कर लीजिए, और hopefully यार they reach to 2k as well as we reach to 3.5k in the stream right now. Let's do that. और by the way यार, नाम के लिए सब्सक्राइब मत करिए, बेल नोटिफिकेशन आइकॉन भी दबाइए और देखिए यार, सब वीडियोस काफी अच्छा कंटेंट देते हैं, वो भी देते हैं, हम भी देते हैं, और अभी वी कैन इंप्रूव, आई नो वी कैन इंप्रूव. बट या दिस इज व्हाट इट इज. वेदांत, क्विक रिएक्शन अगेंस्ट रियल बेटिस, आई नो कोपा डेल रे वर्सेस ला लीगा, क्या लगता है?
अगर आपको एक चीज नहीं पता हो तो at the Santiago Bernabeu in the last 5 years Real Madrid have not defeated Real Betis. It has either been a draw or a loss for Real Madrid. And you know, of lately हम लोग हमारी एक तरीके से बी टीम खिला रहे थे. We were making a lot of changes on our lineup. अगर आपको कैसेमीरो एक गेम में दिखता था तो आपको मॉड्रिच एक दूसरे गेम में दिखता था और क्रूज एक तीसरे गेम में दिखता था alongside Valverde, Camavinga, etc etc. Here Real Madrid are basically, you know, saying कि बॉस ये मेरी फाइनल की लाइनअप होने वाली है and this is a warm up game for you all for the final. Because it's been a long time since we've seen a fresh, a fully fit 100% at 100% Real Madrid side. The only starter who's not in this lineup is David Alaba, जिसको अभी एक muscle issue हुई है. तो I'm really very, you know, kind of hopeful कि यार the final game of the season है. We could end this La Liga season on a very high note with a good goal cushion and say goodbye to our legends who are leaving, Marcelo, Isco and Bale.
Yep, yeah, that's a fair point as well. And what's your prediction for tonight, quickly?
3-1 Real Madrid win.
3-1 Real Madrid. What about people, Real Madrid fans and neutrals? बोलिए. ये है by the way बेटिस की भी टीम है, काफी अच्छी टीम है उनका, मतलब honestly speaking, मतलब Nabil Fekir has been one of the, I think arguably one of the, I think camps or wingers of the, you know, La Liga. Really,
one of the
really
best
good
players in La Liga, I'd say, to be honest. One of the best players in La Liga.
Simply put. And मतलब obviously Mark Bartra would remember the days. मतलब there is some story, subplots भी है, होते ही है भाई La Liga में. That's why हम बात करते हैं what about, you know, players moving within the league, क्योंकि होता है La Liga में काफी होता है, Serie A में काफी होता है. But यार भाई मैं मस्त लगा यार, वेदांत आया. I know that, you know, there were issues but still Vedant as always committed. He comes, and obviously next time we'll have Sooryansh as well. Any last words of the transfer window, of basically the match of the season? I know UCL की बात करेंगे next week, but yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I'm going by pure optimism. 1% chance, 99% faith. That has been the story of Real Madrid in the Champions League also. तो कहीं ना कहीं ये same logic आप transfer window में भी apply करो. अगर एम्बापे नहीं आता है तो Perez is going to wreak havoc in the transfer window. I mean, you could see Serge Gnabry coming in, you could see Bellingham coming in, who've got their contracts expiring in 2023. They've just got a year or two on their current contracts.
Reece James नहीं आ रहा. रीस जेम्स नहीं आ रहा, इतना बोल सकते हो.
रीस नहीं आ रहा, रीस जेम्स नहीं आ रहा. मैं बोला ही नहीं ना रीस जेम्स आ रहा है. But that is a player I'd want at Real Madrid, to be very honest. very versatile, could fit
Interesting.
in any system in my opinion. Great player. So
Fair
that's a
enough.
player I'd want at Real
Yeah.
Madrid.
मतलब again, like people asking why are they playing with a strong team? भाई मतलब the fact is वो they have to be at high level. यार, you cannot just turn up for a Champions League final. तो मतलब I am with Ancelotti on this. I know that or we have spoken about the squad. यार, I think you probably joined late. मैंने दिखाया था squad. क्या options है Real Madrid के पास? So come on, like you know, I think it's fair enough. I think it's better to end the season, you know, on a good note at home, especially. मतलब I think there's no two ways about it. So I kind of agree there. But yeah, again, Vedant, thank you. और हम continue करेंगे because I know नहीं तो chat गुस्सा हो जाएगी यार. काफी questions थे, मैंने start किया, तो I'll take a few questions and I'll take a few more questions from the chat which is kind of joining now. But again, Vedant, thanks. मिलते हैं यार भाई. All the best for tonight and of course all the best for the Champions League final. But we'll probably
Thank
meet
you, thank
soon.
you. All the best for your next
Madrid
season.
Pundits.
And
Check it out.
Chelsea are going to sign a good amount of players. That I'll guarantee you.
I don't know about signing, भाई, लेकिन I just want to get back to the top level. That's what I mean, you know. चलो
नहीं definitely Chelsea आएगी भाई. AC Milan भी आएगी, आ ही रही है AC Milan तो. Anyways, I'll go now. It was nice talking to you.
या same है.
चलो.
अरे यार, वेदांत जा रहा है लॉकडाउन हाट, मैं यहीं पर हूँ, मैं कहीं नहीं जा रहा हूँ, मैं यहाँ पर आपको चेहरा देखना पड़ेगा. बट वेदांत, थैंक्स लॉट अगेन. चलो, Vedant is gone, but now we are going to be speaking about let's speak about you know, little bit of Chelsea as well and transfer window. Again यार, काफी ला लीगा fans हैं in the chat. आप बोलिए Jules Koundé, is he worth 70 million? Please tell me. Or is he going to Barca or will he come to Chelsea? What is your you know gut feeling यहाँ पर? और यहाँ पर questions ले रहा हूँ by the way, as you know, I hope सबने like कर दिया है, subscribe कर दिया है. तो both our channels by the way, हम live है. As I said, entire weekend. Do you think if Mbappe leaves PSG, Messi will get more attention and future squad PSG will be built around Messi? Abhinav, I think Messi को चाहिए एक free role. With Mbappe being there, the kind of player that he is, Messi is kind of forced to kind of be on one side. तो वो आप arguably you have kind of answered your own question. Definitely मैं बोलूँगा Messi को ज़्यादा importance मिलेगा. There is no two ways about it. But at the same time, they probably need an Mbappe kind of a striker there because I don't think वो pace have in Messi what he used to have. At the same time, Neymar is not your finisher compared to your Mbappe. I think Mbappe kind of striker is required. So करेंगे तो भाई definitely. अभी ना देखते हैं what kind of ill player they'll sign. And again, अभी chances लग रहे हैं he'll stay on at PSG. As a Madrid fan, what do you think about Leva to Barca? Okay, I think this was for Vedant. Sorry, मैंने मिस कर दिया, कोई नहीं. भाई अगर एम्बापे नहीं आएगा तो रियल मैड्रिड कौन सा प्लेयर आएगा? मारेज और एंटनी. अच्छा, तो शाम यहाँ पर मारेज बाय द वे चेल्सी के साथ भी लिंक हुए थे, एंटनी भी चेल्सी के साथ लिंक हुए थे, एंटनी मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड के साथ लिंक हुए थे काफी स्ट्रांगली. फॉर मी अगेन, लाइक यू नो, मे बी आई एम जस्ट यू नो, मे बी ओल्ड स्कूल, मैं बोलूंगा भाई शाम एम्बापे इवेंचुअली जाएंगे. यू नो, जैसे हजार्ड का हुआ था, इट वाज अ सागा. A Chelsea fan will know. That's why मैं बोल रहा हूँ. I know मैं compare कर रहा हूँ Hazard versus Mbappe, नहीं करना चाहिए. The fact is that eventually the guy who loves Real Madrid, हाँ, बहुत बार ये भी हुआ है. बहुत सारे players हैं जो बोले I love Chelsea, I would love to play for Chelsea, लेकिन eventually they have not come. Difference is, and it pains me to say it, for Real Madrid is different. वो लोग जाते हैं Real Madrid in the end. They go. Okay, so I can see Mbappe going in the future for sure. और मैं बोलूँगा Real Madrid might just wait क्योंकि it's not like they have a bad squad. Rodrigo arguably आप बोलोगे deserves a start. Valverde arguably आप बोलोगे deserves a start. They have players who can play in that position. Why not? You know, again, Vinicius Junior can switch flanks. Hazard, by the way, talking about Hazard, isn't he fit? Isn't he fitter? Last एक हफ्ते में he's looked fitter. Yeah, I was hoping here Hazard would be playing today, but I think probably, you know, let's see. Hazard भाई bench पर है ना? I'm just checking. Hazard is on the bench. So let's see. I'm hoping Hazard comes on and kind of proves, you know, everyone that अभी भी है. एक और season at least है, maybe 2 seasons और. Ankit, why not Chelsea go for a defensive midfielder and second striker? Defensive midfielder will help. Okay, by the way, kickoff हो गया as one more asset to defense, and second striker will directly connect with Lukaku. तो शायद we have a second striker. We have Havertz. Havertz really is not really a typical cam. He's a second striker for me. He's really a second striker. ठीक है, डिफेंसिव मिडफील्डर मैं तो बोलते आ रहा हूँ, हमें चाहिए भाई, क्योंकि वी हैव टू गो 4-3-2-1 और 4-3-1-2 हमें जाना पड़ेगा, या 4-2-3-1 आप जैसे बोलोगे. दैट इज समथिंग दैट आई वुड नीड दैट फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी. Tuchel has played that in the past. So I would say strongly we need a DM. अब कौन आता है? Tchouameni तो मुझे अनलाइकली लग रहा है. डेक्लन राइस के लिए ही पे करना पड़ेगा. मे बी टॉड बर्ली अगर आ जाते हैं ऑफिशियली, दैट विल बी अ स्टेटमेंट साइनिंग. मे बी, आई नो लॉट डिपेंड्स ऑन दिस वीकेंड. दिस वीकेंड में क्या होता है, इन द प्रीमियर लीग, what happens with West Ham, what happens with Manchester United. It depends कि whether they get Europa League or not. अगर नहीं मिलता है यूरोपा लीग, maybe just Declan Rice might be tempted और उसका वैल्यू थोड़ा सा, ज्यादा नहीं, थोड़ा सा कम हो जाए और we'll be able to afford him. Let's see. If Mbappe extends, Madrid should go for Mahrez. Okay, Lemon, मैंने पढ़ा था आपका मैसेज. Should Messi go to MLS after 2023? As a non-Messi fan, what do you think? Okay, interesting. I am a non-Messi fan as well, definitely. लेकिन आई वुड से, लाइक मैंने पहले भी बोला, इट्स अबाउट चेंजिंग लीग्स. द गाय हैज एक्चुअली चेंज द लीग फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन हिज करियर. प्रॉपर सीनियर लीग बात करो, राइट? पहली बार चेंज किया है और वो भी इंजरी प्रोन रहा है. तो दो यार, अभी भी टाइम दो. मैं तो बोलूंगा लेट्स नॉट टेक एनी कॉल. You never know. Messi, like Ronaldo, can play till 37, 38 very at the highest level. Who knows? And probably you can say that चलो यार इतना साल डोमिनेट कर दिया. एज अ नॉन मेसी फैन आई एम सेइंग इनफ. लेकिन नहीं यार, इट्स नेवर इनफ. आई कंपेयर, मतलब मैं क्रिकेट से कंपेयर करूंगा. एक सचिन तेंदुलकर ऑल द टाइम, बहुत सारे मीडिया लोग बोल रहे थे नहीं यार हो गया उसका टाइम, हो गया, रिटायर होना चाहिए, 100 सेंचुरी के लिए जा रहा है, व्हाट इज दिस. भाई मैं बोलता हूँ, द फीलिंग आई थी ना जब रिटायर हुआ था, आई नो व्हाट द फीलिंग वाज. इट्स लाइक क्रिकेट इज ओवर. वो वाली फीलिंग आई थी फॉर few months, not even a few weeks. तो वो वाली फीलिंग आती, just like Messi fans felt जब बारसा छोड़ के गए थे, just like basically Chelsea fans felt when back in the day Zola left, back in the day when for me Robin left, recently Hazard left. तो lot of times होता है. तो I don't think you would like to get rid of the player, a star, so early. खिलाओ यार, as much as he wants to play, just let him be यार. Again, nothing bad against MLS. मैं खुद MLS देखा हूँ, मैं रहता था वहां पर कुछ सालों तक. So nothing bad, but you know what I'm talking about, right? As in top 5 leagues is what I'm talking about. Ronaldo moves. Okay, Anurag बोले थे Anurag. Let's see. And a few more comments यहाँ पर. By the way, for people जिनका मैं comment नहीं लिया भाई, there is an option of super chat always. If you want us to prioritize, हम करेंगे. But again, only if you can afford. अगर आप likes कर दो, subscribe कर दो to both our channels and hit the bell notification icon on both our channels. It's really helpful because we just not bring live content. हम बाकी कंटेंट भी लाते हैं. वी ब्रिंग क्यूरेटेड कंटेंट. आप देखिए काफी सारे वीडियोस है. चेक आउट आवर प्लेलिस्ट, स्पेशली ऑन ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज एफसी. तो डेफिनेटली आप एंजॉय करोगे. वी आर कमिंग बैक इन द समर विद लॉट मोर. मेरे धोनी के बाद इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट से मन, ओके, दैट आई रेड यस्टरडे एज वेल. आई थिंक इफ वी गेट कुंडे प्लस कुलीबाली एंड इंटीग्रेट ब्रोहा एंड गैलेगर, वी कैन बी होपफुल फॉर द नेक्स्ट सीजन. अंकित, बट व्हाट आर यू होपिंग फॉर विद दैट? मैं बोल रहा हूं अगेन, पीपल माइट डिसएग्री, ला लीगा फैंस स्पेशली. Kunde is not a starter at Chelsea if Chelsea are planning to go for the Premier League. That is what मैं बोल रहा हूँ. Definitely Kunde is not a starter if Chelsea are going for a back four. हाँ, उसने खेला है back four, improve किया है, but is he ready to bring that leadership, bring that kind of trophies to a Chelsea football club right now, playing 45 games a season? I don't think so. He still needs to improve, or he's a great potential player. At his age, he's one of the best. At his age, at his kind of just build, he's one of the best. But we need to invest time on him. We need Thiago Silva to mentor him. वो जो हुआ था क्रिस्टियनसन के साथ, और भाई साहब जा रहे. तो हाँ, कुंडे not it. Koulibaly on the other hand, gamble coming from Serie A इतने साल खेल के बाद. लेकिन the fact that वो generally international experience लाते हैं, Koulibaly is definitely yes. Broha, Gallagher definitely yes. तो मैं बोलूंगा अगर हम Koulibaly लाते हैं, अगर हम ब्रोहा गैलेगर को रखते हैं, और मैं बोलूंगा एक डीएम लाते हैं ना, एक प्रॉपर डीएम और एक विंगर भी डाल दो यार, वहां पर एक विंगर भी डाल दो जो स्कोर करे गोल्स. ये 5 चाहिए हमें. वी शुड बी गुड. अ बैकअप स्ट्राइकर लाइक ब्रोहा, अ बैकअप नंबर 8 लाइक गैलेगर, हु इज राइट मेसन माउंट लेवल ऑलमोस्ट, आर्गुएबली इवन बेटर दिस सीजन. आप देखे थे पीएफए द नॉमिनेशंस. Koulibaly, the experience which you need after Rudiger, after Azpilicueta potentially leaving. Kunde, the backup center half that we need, who can improve to great heights, or one goal scorer from the wing, jo hai problem with Pulisic, with Werner and whatnot, Ziyech even at times, right? Yo talk, and you big up to you. I think Kunde can be a surprising element like Ruben Diaz. Okay, Manav is positive here. Manav, great to actually hear from you. Definitely हो सकता है, but again, just the way that he plays, having seen a lot of him in the national team as well, he's prone to more errors than a Ruben Diaz was. Just saying it out there. मैं ऐसे नहीं बोल रहा, मैं Ruben Diaz को देखा था बहुत बेंफिका में. I'm not putting that way, but I'm just putting it out there. What kind of negatives है. But हाँ, Certainly talent hai yaar, definitely. Would be surprised if Man City put a swap deal. Yeah, swap deal, I'm not too sure. Like again, do they really need a Pau Torres? Do they really need a Kunde? I don't think so. As a United fan, I don't want the kind of squad City is building. Plus, Pep. I think City will touch 100 Premier League points next season. I want Premier League trophy to stay in Manchester next season, but on red. By the Danish, thoda sa, I think your expectations are thoda high than what it should be. Again, no disrespect to Manchester United, great club. मैंने बोला यार, without Champions League football, you can attract players, and that is what Manchester United brings. Maybe even arguably Chelsea may not be able to bring as much. लेकिन we are having Champions League football, we are having better squad. Of course, डायरेक्टली कंपेयर नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं तो बोलूंगा लिवरपूल सिटी से दोनों ही दूर है. और ब्रिलियंट यहाँ पर मॉडरिच खेल रहे भाई, ब्रिलियंट 1-2 खेले. यहाँ पर गोल होने वाला था ऑलमोस्ट बेंजेमा का, नहीं. चलो यार, ये वॉचलम पे बदल दिया. एनीवे, व्हाट अबाउट कांटे यार? आदित्य, if you heard Tuchel, Kante is our De Bruyne, Kante is our Haaland, Kante is our Van Dijk. बोला है उन्होंने. So I think यार that tells that Kante रह रहे in Chelsea Football Club, not going to Manchester United. The fact that how many, I think he's played about 40-45% of the games. If he's able to play even 75% of the games next season, he is going to be the player of the season for Chelsea. That's how influential वो Kante है, right? Did PSG make a mistake not going for Ancelotti long ago if they wanted the UCL? By the way, yeah, Matata United, Ancelotti was in PSG as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ancelotti was there. Yeah, उन्होंने जीता था league, but yeah, they probably got rid of him or he got rid of PSG either way. पता नहीं याद नहीं मुझे, लेकिन that was, you can say, arguable. But उस समय Ancelotti, you can say that he wasn't evolving as much as आज after mid-season जो he's evolved, right? Mendy with a beautiful क्रॉस या तो बेंजेमा का गोल होने वाला था, नहीं हुआ. लेकिन यहाँ फॉलो अप गोल नहीं हुआ. चलो मेरे चलो, आई थिंक ये कमेंट ले लिया. वन बेल्जियन स्ट्राइकर आल्सो सेड Chelsea is in his heart, but we know that turned out. Exactly. So you don't always go with that. That's a very good point, Manav. Again, Ankit, when Messi came to PSG, didn't we all expect a deadly partnership between him, Mbappe, Neymar? Now you're saying if Mbappe leaves, it'll be good for Messi. Yeah, Matata United. Either way, I think it can only be improving from this season. That is for sure. Okay, you will not expect that team kind of going bad from worse. You know that from worse to bad. वो तो नहीं होने वाला. लेकिन I think मेरा factor यही था that Messi needs a free role. You know, just on the pitch, give him that free role. He's more like, you know, say what? कैसे बोलूँ यार? He's more like a cam come second striker. You know, come, you know, inside forward. He's not like a typical winger. तो इसीलिए मैं बोलता हूँ you cannot like stipulate कि वही रहो. Give him that floating role and give Neymar that floating role as well. और बीच में एक number 9 लाओ. And that is what they probably tried with Icardi. That it didn't work. You know, with Zlatan it had worked for sure. Shirang, first of all, thank you यार join करने के लिए. यार हम thumbnail में ना खाली मतलब काफी सारा चीज fit करते हैं ना, तो it looks crowded. So that is why मैंने Mbappe को ही डाला है. The topic of the stream is not only Mbappe. We have discussed Mbappe, we have discussed Tchouameni. और by the way, सब लोग बोलिए भाई Tchouameni where is the most likely destination? And yes, take that poll, like the stream, do subscribe to both our channels as well as the panel. लेकिन we discussed even Rudiger. We discussed Rudiger in plenty. We discussed Lewandowski. We discussed what else? We discussed Raphinha. We discussed Dembele. So we discussed Koulibaly. You know, the centre half situation. Kunde. तो काफी सारे players linked to the La Liga or Chelsea or, you know, even AC Milan we have discussed, right? No problem. Bhai, no Jules Koundé is kind of be like 50 to 60. Okay, yeah, exactly. 50 to 60 million is what? And again, 50 to 60 million is huge money for people who don't understand. Ankit, by Chelsea needs to strengthen the back line. That's the main area where they need to focus. Yeah, but what kind of players? I would get a Levy Colville, who's kind of starting his career. I would get a player who's probably entering his prime at the age of around 26, 27, and a player who's probably in the end of his prime, like a Koulibaly. वो exact रहेगा. Or maybe even a Pau Torres can be that player who's, you know, in his prime already. He's already entered that. So I would say Pau Torres, getting a Pau Torres then Koulibaly. Wow, that is like too much. बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया. Come on यार, Ankit, बहुत ज़्यादा in you क्या है greedy. Come on. Don't tell me we don't have 125 likes as well. Come on, let's get that 4 more likes. But again, पता नहीं क्या तो है, मतलब likes पे it doesn't take a buck. Even for subscriptions, it doesn't take a buck. Super chat में लगता है, only if you can afford, like I say. And yes, on Almighty Blues FC, you can. Just saying that. Super thanks भी है एक option. I don't know if many people saw that on the videos that we do. But do you think Neymar can think around? Yeah, this question has come a lot. Neymar, he can, lekin I don't consider Neymar as good as a finisher as maybe some other people in the world. Again, but it's a world stage. He has done that at youth level. Why not? He has done that, in the Olympics in the past, if I remember right. I remember the Oscar Neymar had a great 1-2, nice times here for Brazil. लेकिन हो सकता है और यहाँ पर बेटिस का अच्छा शॉट डिफ्लेक्शन लेकिन नहीं हुआ. गार्ड ऑफ ऑनर ऑफ मैड्रिड एज वेल, यस मैंने शायद मिस कर दिया लेकिन कैसा कैसा था यार गार्ड ऑफ ऑनर. आई थिंक लिवरपूल विल विन द यूसीएल फाइनल. बाय द वे हम बात करेंगे लिवरपूल के बारे में आज. एवरीवन वाचिंग अगेन डू सेट द रिमाइंडर्स बिकॉज इट इज गोइंग टू बी 3 PM इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड टाइम. हम करेंगे बात लिवरपूल के बारे में, मैन सिटी के बारे में एंड थोड़ी बहुत चेल्सी के बारे में भी. बट एसी मिलान, डोंट फॉरगेट एसी मिलान, इंटर मिलान. Nicola is an Inter Milan fan. We will be talking about that as well because it is Serie A, it is Premiership. The weekend we are waiting for. Champions League के बारे में हम करेंगे in the coming week. We will certainly discuss and a little bit of transfers as always. Mbappe done. Rifat Khan बोल रहे next up Zidane. Okay, PSG fan. Interesting. Zidane देखते हैं भाई, देखते हैं. Yeah, absolutely. I've decided, but I won't tell my decision till bro. Okay, कोई नहीं. Why Real Madrid is playing the first team? मैं already ले लिया. चलो, I think मैंने comments ले लिया. I don't know. Okay, no problem. I like it more when you are alone in your channel and we can communicate through comments. Okay, interesting. I know, मतलब Matata United and for everyone out there, I used to do a lot of call-ins after I used to speak to you alone, and then we used to have a lot of questions coming. But again, if you have more questions, people, मैं तो यार रहने को तैयार हूँ. You know it. Everyone watching, you know it. I love talking to you all. So I can take a few more questions. If you have any questions, definitely get in there. I'll try and answer them for the next few minutes as well until 1 AM Indian Standard Time. But yeah, certainly helps when you actually put your feedback because हम बहुत सारा content लाते हैं, not just live streams, right? Maguire भाई, honestly मैं बोलूँ, it has been over proportion. मतलब I know, मतलब he's not been good, लेकिन सच में बोलूँ थोड़ा सा unfair भी रहा है towards Maguire. He has done well for Euros, man, for England the Euros. Remember, just basically 10 महीने पहले था वो चीज. Tchouameni to Liverpool would be a signing made in heaven. But why not Tchouameni to Chelsea? Just putting it out there. Why not? Why Chelsea यार? पहले तो ownership लाओ, फिर बात करेंगे. That's what Mana will say. If Real Madrid doesn't get Mbappe, they will go crazy to get Tchouameni. Again, two different players, but you know how Real Madrid is. Anurag, I understand and I agree with your comment. Real Madrid है भाई, Papa Perez. You know it, how it works. Dybala would work for Madrid, right? Can play right wing striker, second striker role. Plus, he's available for free if Mbappe deal collapsed. Very good point. Very good point. Why not Dybala? I know injury prone है, but I think they have great cover. But वही है, will not Rodrigo or Valverde expect more minutes next season? थोड़ा सा debatable होगा यार नहीं. I am fine, thank you. Mbappe president बन जाएगा भाई. लक्ष्य, thank you भाई join करने के लिए. And again, everyone here, thank you. I don't think there are any more questions that I might have left. If नहीं है तो यार वापस से कॉपी पेस्ट कर लीजिए और मैं आंसर करूंगा. Unless या आप अगर सुपर चैट नहीं कर सकते हो तो maybe I can understand that I might have missed it. तो आप वापस करिए, मैं लेने की कोशिश करूंगा. Do you believe in rumors of Maguire leaving? Matata United, I think it comes down to जो conversation होगी ना Maguire और टेन हाग के बीच में, उस पर ही निर्भर है. I think it's about Maguire finally accepting. मतलब ऐसे नहीं बोलना चाहिए भाई there is some reason why managers are picking me. मतलब that Mason Mount should tell to the rest of the world क्योंकि बहुत hate मिलता है Mason Mount को. But Maguire telling that didn't make sense. As long as I know that मैंने बोला है कि थोड़ा सा unfair भी है Maguire के लिए जो criticism मिलता है. But at the same time भाई वो इतना अच्छा नहीं रहा है तो he should accept कि यार I am okay not being a starter. Or Manchester United board should be okay with not starting him despite paying what 80 million. They paid for him, whatever. So then I think he can stay because Manchester United will be able to rotate. थोड़ा try करना चाहेगा. टेन हाग का first season है तो maybe there's a way back. Who knows? But yeah, for now I think he should just wait. Yeah, I don't believe in it right now. I heard rumors about Maguire to Chelsea. अरे वो था क्योंकि we play three at the back. ये वो lazy journalism है. It's just lazy journalism. It is an English player. Chelsea always kind of bought English players. Nice shot by Modric, I think, but direct to the goalkeeper. Is Mbappe playing mind games? I don't think so. आई डोंट थिंक सो, इतना ज्यादा न्यूज नहीं आती। तो अभी मैं मेरा गट बोलूं, सच में बोलूं फ्लेम बॉय, नाउ दैट यू आर आस्किंग मी दैट, I still feel Mbappe, like I said, 100% जाएगा रियल मैड्रिड, आई एम टेलिंग इट। बट द क्वेश्चन इज, विल ही गो दिस सीजन और विल ही गो इन जनवरी आफ्टर द वर्ल्ड कप? There might be possibility उसका भी, मतलब I'm just putting it out there, right? Rodrigo and Valverde have done enough start in playing 11 ahead of someone like Dybala who hasn't been consistent. Mana, but that is the thing. Dybala changing leagues might be okay to play second fiddle, or he's available on a free. So I think maybe it can work the other way around as well, right? I don't think Dybala is a good option. We already have Asensio. Yeah, Asensio to जाने वाले. That is the or obviously the kind of rumor that we are kind of discussing on comes with the case that Asensio जाने वाले. असेंसियो बहुत स्ट्रांगली लिंक हुए एसी मिलान के साथ। एसी मिलान का राइट विंगर इतना अच्छा नहीं है फ्रॉम व्हाट आई नो, नॉट सो अटैकिंग, सो यू नो दैट इज व्हाई आई थिंक असेंसियो विल नॉट बी अ बैड काइंड ऑफ अ चेंज फॉर एसी मिलान एज वेल, जस्ट पुटिंग इट आउट देयर। डिबाला इन प्रीमियरशिप, व्हाट आर थॉट्स? मैंने एक्चुअली ये डिस्कस किया था जीशान भाई से वापस। डिबाला इन प्रीमियरशिप आई फील may not work in a team which works hard. You know, when you say works hard, I remember the days when Hazard was asked to defend under Jose Mourinho. He didn't really like it. I know he loved the guy and both ways, but he didn't really like it. Dybala will not suit such a manager. So it comes down to that manager. So having said that, let's put it honestly. I don't see him fitting well at Chelsea because Tuchel likes to press as well. Okay? I don't see him fitting well at Liverpool. Not that Liverpool are going for it, just saying it. But at Arsenal, he might be decent. He might be decent. Having said that, Arsenal को चाहिए एक main striker. I don't think he's a main striker. That's why मैं बोलूँगा it's a weak kind of rumor. Dybala going to La Liga looks probably more fitting मेरे लिए. लेकिन I think वो Serie A में ही रहेगा वो यार, वो चाहता है बहुत इटली को। Argentine players का you know how it is. Will Gallagher be a number 10 alongside Mount? That would be a great competition. Shashank, आई नो बहुत लोग बोल रहे हैं गैलेगर शुड बी इन स्टार्टिंग 11। भाई आप अपना स्टार्टिंग 11 बता दो। अगर आप बोल रहे हो गैलेगर शुड बी इन स्टार्टिंग 11, व्हाट शुड बी द स्टार्टिंग 11 विद गैलेगर? डू यू सी हिम एज अ लेफ्ट विंगर इन अ 4-3-3? डू यू सी हिम एज अ लेफ्ट विंगर इन 3-4-3? मैं नहीं देखता उसको। ही इज अ टिपिकल नंबर 8, ही इज अ ग्रेट नंबर 8, ही कैन प्ले एज अ नंबर 6 आल्सो, लेकिन 4-3-3 में he'll be a starter for me, not in a 3-4-3, not in a 4-2-3-1. मतलब I'm just putting it out there. नंबर 10 में मैं देखता हूँ हैवर्ट्स और मेसन माउंट एज बेटर प्लेयर्स, बट अगर आप 4-3-3 जा रहे हैं ना, ही इज योर प्लेयर हु इज एक्चुअली गोइंग टू बी गोइंग फ्रॉम बॉक्स टू बॉक्स, तो ही नीड्स दैट काइंड ऑफ अ टीम मोर, मतलब ही ज्यादा फ्लरिश करेंगे, पुट इट दैट वे। कोई नहीं, डू यू थिंक De Jong's transfer to Man United will happen? लक्ष्य अनफॉर्चुनेटली लग नहीं रहा है इतना पे करेंगे आफ्टर मैग्वायर, जो पता नहीं दे हैव लर्न्ड द लेसन फ्रॉम व्हाट आई हियर, बट अगेन ट्रांसफर मार्केट में कुछ भी हो सकता है। विल ही लीव बार्सिलोना? आई थिंक यस, प्रॉब्ली। वो मैं रेट करूंगा माइटी, और आप भी करिए, अपना रेटिंग दीजिए। हाउ डू यू रिएक्ट टू वियरा एंड फैंस बिहेवियर? ओह दैट्स अ ग्रेट क्वेश्चन, और बाय द वे हम डिस्कस करेंगे प्रीमियरशिप आज डिटेल में, बट वी हैव टू क्विकली एड्रेस दैट बिकॉज जो हुआ था एट एवर्टन इट वाज क्रेजी। मैंने अपने वीडियो में भी किया था, जिन्होंने नहीं देखा प्लीज गो एंड वॉच इट, इट इज ऑन ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज एफसी। लेकिन वियरा रिटेलिएटेड टू द फैन, इट इज नॉट ऑन as much as that fan deserved it. मैं इतना भी बोलता हूँ, फैन को कोई राइट नहीं है फर्स्ट फॉर टू कम ऑन द पिच। ओ ऑलमोस्ट गोल गया भाई बेटिस का, लेकिन हाँ, सेकेंडली टू एक्चुअली अटैक वियरा, इट इज नॉट ऑन एट ऑल। और अगर मैं वियरा का जगह होता तो मे बी मैं भी वही करता, पहले 2 सेकंड पहले कर लेता। लेकिन भाई मैं वियरा का लेवल नहीं हूं इन टर्म्स ऑफ सोशल मीडिया, इन टर्म्स ऑफ द स्टार पावर, नोवेयर क्लोज। So Vieira has some responsibility. He is the manager of that team, Crystal Palace. So he has to address that in a post-match interview. He cannot be, physical at all. He cannot. Whether you like it or not. Again, it might affect Manchester United. Again, anyone knows it. Has Vieira got a ban or something? But there are calls for it, I know. But at the same time, log bol rahe nahi yaar, what he did is quite natural. If he gets a ban for the final game, imagine he won't be playing against, he won't be in the dugout against Manchester United. वो बहुत crucial हो सकता है for Europe, for Manchester United. Who knows? I think Atletico Madrid is more difficult to be. Okay, interesting. Well, Chelsea भी थी यार एक समय में, मैं बोलता हूँ, under Mourinho especially. Will Lukaku leave? नहीं, I don't think so. Alan Fox, I don't think he'll leave. Well, thanks for joining, and I hope every one of you has liked the stream. And I am taking a lot of questions, Abhi, for people who've joined late. We discussed a lot about transfers. Trust me on that. So do rewatch the stream. And remember, we are live today. That is Saturday at 3 p.m. IST, which is around what? कितना बजे होता है यार? 10:30 बजे होता है सुबह in UK. So do join us because we are going to discuss Serie A and Premiership title race with a Liverpool fan, especially. Suit Serie A, absolutely, I agree. Which okay, best coach? Okay, which Manchester currently has the best coach plus legendary player till date? Interesting, भाई. मतलब by the way, best coach तो यार I don't think I'll go anywhere far, but it has to be Sir Alex Ferguson. हाँ, मैं आप बोलोगे I'm going by the legacy, just the coaching ability मैं बोलूँगा तो I don't know man. बहुत सारे अच्छे managers थे, बहुत सारे अच्छे coaches थे. And as a Chelsea fan मैं बोलूँगा definitely I think Tuchel the coach is brilliant. लेकिन I think the fact that आप बोल रहे हो legendary player plus best coach, Manchester United man, मतलब at the time they had Alex Ferguson, they had Ryan Giggs, they had Paul Scholes at the same time, and that is why they won. वो एक formula होता है और भाई होता है, that's a fact. Chelsea की काफी DNA थी and we had a proper backbone when we had obviously Jose Mourinho, we had Petr Cech, we had Michael Essien. Yes, Michael Essien was there, part of it. Michael Ballack, John Terry, Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, and you always have that. You can talk about maybe Pep Guardiola being at Barca, that legendary player. So again, you can kind of compare, but difficult. Yeah, बहुत difficult question. है. Who would be a good manager for Dortmund? Jurgen Klopp. How's that? Liverpool fans, yeah, गुस्सा होंगे, I know, but he is a good manager for Dortmund. He is arguably one of the best managers for Dortmund in modern times. Yes, let's get to 150 likes, people. मैंने तो target 200 का रखा है. Check it out and subscribe करना मत भूलना for people who are new. But Didier Deschamps, okay, that's what probably you meant. Got it. So I think Ancelotti himself. Why not Ancelotti himself? For people out there who do not know, check out Ancelotti's players record. What a brilliant record. By the way, मैंने देखा है पेप को खेलते हुए काफी. He wasn't a bad player. मैंने देखा है एंटोनियो कॉन्टे को खेलते हुए काफी. He wasn't a bad player at all. Antonio Conte was crucial to that Juventus team. मैंने सादिक भाई से डिस्कस किया था, I think one of the recent streams, right? काफी important player है. देखते हैं यहाँ पर Saf preferred and favored British players, and that's coming from a life member, Man United fan. Well, again, it is the culture of the club that he's created, Matata United. So I think it's fair. If he preferred a certain type of player, he thought maybe they'll give it that extra 10%. वो हो सकता है, right? Who's your favorite player? भाई ये हर एक स्ट्रीम में आता है और मैं हर एक स्ट्रीम में बोलता हूँ. My favorite player of all time, surprisingly for many, is Arjen Robben. Arjen Robben was a Dutch legend, definitely a Dutch legend. He deserved to win a World Cup. He deserved to be there, counted as one of the best players in the modern times. Unfortunately, he was kind of when he was very young. उस समय obviously Messi was coming up in this kind of role, you can say in a way. उस समय kind of similar players, so he didn't get the recognition. बहुत सारे injuries थे. But later on, also in Bayern Munich as well, people for some reason celebrated Frank Ribery more. And I know Frank Ribery was, but that's how it is. Like for me, Arjen Robben. But there are a lot of players. By John Terry. John Terry made me the fan, the level of fan that I am. Maybe John Terry, आप बोलोगे. You can probably argue that Michael Essien was one of them. एक होता है मतलब that such player that you are just more inclined towards. Michael Essien always was. But yeah, Dutch players in general, Van Basten, even Zola in Chelsea, great players, man. Of course, Maradona को देखा नहीं हूँ, but towards the end मैंने थोड़ा बहुत देखा था. But again, Zidane definitely, भाई, right up there. Do you see Leipzig surpassing Dortmund in 4 to 5 years? I think Borgana arguably Leipzig are already there. Arguably, आप देखो European record. They have done it in the Champions League in recent seasons. They have done it in the Europa League in recent seasons. They have not gone to the last kind of hurdle. लेकिन आप बोलो they are there यार अभी चेंज नहीं करेगा मानव इतना जल्दी मेरे ख्याल से चेंज नहीं करेगा. Let's see. Oh, this is an interesting question, Alan. I've gone on record saying that I want a Pau Torres. That would be wishful thinking. Because of he's at the right age, he's kind of in his prime. He's just entered his prime, by the way. So वो ideal है, अपना left footed है. तो मैं जाऊंगा Pau Torres. He can play 4 at the back. He can play 5 at the back. That is why I'm going for Pau Torres. But I think Guardiola is the one that Tuchel wants reportedly. Chelsea has been linked to Koulibaly. We have been linked obviously in the past to De Ligt, but De Ligt तो नहीं आने वाला. Having said that, I think Jules Koundé is imminent और वो होने वाला है, but हाँ रूडिगर का रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं है, एस्पिलिक्वेटा का रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं है, क्रिस्टियनसन का रिप्लेसमेंट डेफिनेटली है. Left back, we have been linked with Sosa of Stuttgart. We have been linked with Raum, I think if I'm not wrong, of Freiburg, and Kukureya जो Man City के साथ लिंक हुए हैं, Perisic who can play wing back. So there are a lot of options. मैं personally Kostic बोला हूँ, if given a choice. Again, because he's at the right age. If he comes as a backup player, simply put, right? If he's ready to kind of rotate, put it that way, not backup. Ronaldo, I think मेरा gut बोल रहा हूँ, just by gut, don't get me wrong. I think Ronaldo कर देंगे भाई. He will kind of end it there. Next season will be last season for me, Ronaldo. The fact that Orainge, he would want to try and improve Man United under Ten Hag, he'll help Ten Hag a lot. I won't be surprised he becomes kind of an assistant coach come player also towards the end. Because आप देखिए in matches he does that for Portugal as well. Come on, man. We aren't there to 3.5k subs. That cannot be possible. Come on, let's get to 3.5k subs for people who have not subbed. Only for them this is. But yeah, people who have not liked, come on. 130 likes away. We can easily get to 150 likes. People who joined late, let's get the like. Like करिए और रिमाइंडर सेट करना भाई, आज 3 बजे भूलना मत वो तो. भाई थॉट्स ऑन जिमी फ्लॉयड हैसलबैंक, 2 times प्रीमियर लीग गोल्डन बूट, 100 प्रीमियर लीग गोल्स, क्रिमिनली अंडररेटेड. ओके, यहाँ पर थोड़ी सी स्टोरी मैं बताऊंगा, ठीक है. स्टोरी है, प्रॉब्लम है, मैं देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम और मैं डायरेक्टली बोल रहा हूँ यहाँ पर. प्रॉब्लम इज क्लाउडियो रेनियरी. आप बिलीव नहीं करोगे. हाँ, अंडर क्लाउडियो रेनियरी आल्सो ही डिड वेरी वेल, लेकिन अंडर क्लाउडियो रेनियरी आई थिंक टुवर्ड्स द लास्ट सीजन ऑफ जिमी फ्लॉयड हैसलबैंक और पेनल्टी मेट वन, ही वाजंट अ स्टार्टर एनीमोर, ठीक है. और हम साइनिंग्स भी कर रहे थे. वी डिड साइन पीपल अंडर जिमी फ्लॉयड हैसलबैंक व्हेन ही वाज एट द क्लब एट चेल्सी. और उसी समय बेसिकली आफ्टर विनिंग द गोल्डन बूट, for some strange reason, Hasselbank and Gudjohnsen, either one was played. Both साथ में बहुत कम खेलते थे Claudio Ranieri, और वो था problem. You can say in a strange way that was a downfall, or you can say maybe Chelsea just changed the system in the long run as well, or probably वो needed था. लेकिन यार Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, one of the most underrated strikers, not only Chelsea लेकिन English football. Period. Simple. Natural ability or not. He was not like an Inzaghi kind of player. Nothing against Inzaghi. He was a player who could take long shots for fun. We need that kind of a striker, bhai. We need. And it's something about Dutch strikers in the Premier League, bhai. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Ruud van Nistelrooy. You had obviously, Van Persie. It is something about Dutch strikers in the Premier League. मैं बोलता हूँ, somehow. Big day today for RCB, bhai. Sankalp. Okay, एक और announcement यहाँ पर कर लेते हैं for people, cricket watchers especially. We will try and be even live for Mumbai versus Delhi. ठीक है, 3 बजे तो लाइव है ही फॉर द प्रीमियरशिप चैट एंड सेरिया चैट वो होगा 3 बजे ऑन दिस चैनल. बट ऑन ऑलमाइटी स्पोर्ट्स प्लस, लिंक है नीचे इन द फर्स्ट 2 लाइन्स ऑफ द डिस्क्रिप्शन. जस्ट क्लिक, मैंने टैग किया है. ऑलमाइटी स्पोर्ट्स प्लस पे भी हम होंगे होपफुली एट अराउंड 7 PM रात को. वो होगा फॉर द मुंबई दिल्ली मैच. मनी टॉक्स, या डार्क, एब्सोल्युटली. बाय द वे डार्क, आई होप यू हैव सब्सक्राइब्ड. अरे यार, कम ऑन. कोई नहीं. विंसेंट कंपनी इज नेक्स्ट बर्नली मैनेजर ऑलमोस्ट कंफर्म. अरे सच में? अरे नहीं भाई, मतलब आई वाजंट एक्सपेक्टिंग दिस. लेट्स चेक इट आउट टुनाइट एंड मैं अपडेट दूंगा यहाँ पर सर्टेनली. हाँ नहीं यार, नहीं. स्क्रीनियर, हाँ. मिलान स्क्रीनियर, हाँ, डेफिनेटली. आई थिंक बास्टोनी हैज नॉट बीन टेस्टेड एट इन अ 4 एट द बैक सिस्टम. ठीक है, तो मैं बोलूंगा बास्टोनी नहीं. आई वुड लाइक एक फ्लेक्सिबल काइंड ऑफ अ सेंटर हाफ. Why do people don't rate Modric? कौन नहीं करता भाई Modric को रेट? मुझे बुलाइए, मुझे दिखाइए कौन नहीं रेट करता भाई Modric. अच्छा चलो, एज जावी इन इनिएस्टा. यार जावी तो मैं बोलूंगा डिफरेंट लेवल. इनिएस्टा आर्ग्यूबली मैं बोलूंगा डिफरेंट प्लेयर. तो इट्स नॉट फेयर टू काइंड ऑफ जज और कंपेयर. लेकिन इन टर्म्स ऑफ लॉन्जिविटी, इन टर्म्स ऑफ लेगेसी, यार रहेगी भाई. Modric की लेगेसी डेफिनेटली रहेगी. आई थिंक ही विल बी सेलिब्रेटेड अगेन. मतलब जो लोग देखे ना तीनों प्लेयर्स को, and I mean every season, वो लोग अंडरस्टैंड करेंगे. बट अगेन जावी मैं थोड़ा सा ऊपर रखना चाहूंगा. जस्ट मे बी ओल्ड स्कूल, आई डोंट नो, जस्ट एक पर्सनल है ना. मतलब आई प्रॉब्ली प्रेफर्ड Modric as a player if I have to pick. लेकिन the reality is जावी I think was a better kind of a footballer overall. मतलब जो डिक्टेट करता था ना टर्म्स इतना कंसिस्टेंटली, एंटायर द टीम इज टू टिक ऑन हिम. और खाली बारसा के लिए नहीं, स्पेन के लिए भी जो इंटरनेशनली किया है ना. तो आई थिंक जावी काइंड ऑफ डिजर्व लिटिल बिट मोर थोड़ा. और इनिएस्टा इज आल्सो लेजेंड, नथिंग अगेंस्ट हिम. बट Chelsea need an under the radar signing in the defense like Carvalho, like Cahill. यार कार्वालियो अंडर द रेडार साइनिंग नहीं थी पोर्टो में काफी, मतलब ही वाज वन ऑफ द मेन गाइज बाय पोर्टो वन, बट हाँ आई अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट यू मीन, ही इज नॉट लाइक योर बिग साइनिंग जो हैज बीन रूमर्ड फॉर लाइक अ ईयर एंड हाफ, दैट वी हैव बीन फॉर मेनी अदर साइनिंग्स। हाँ डेफिनेटली Gary Cahill, one of the most underrated ones, मैं बोलूंगा। he was good यार, he was good. I know not ideal, लेकिन he was very good. David Luiz भी बोलूंगा यार, काफी underrated, especially at Chelsea. He was not good in last season. He was not good in Arsenal season. But I think David Luiz definitely यार. He came from Benfica, so why not? Again, Ruben Diaz has come from Benfica, so we should go. Manav, I agree. Uh, and that is one of the reasons why Tuchel maybe is going for Guardiola. Guardiola, I know Leipzig is a decent team आज के दिन में, लेकिन again, Guardiola is not that sought after guy. So maybe that's why he's going for him. Who knows? Who would be the standout player for Chelsea next season according to you? Okay, interesting. Without keeping the bias, my Chelsea, just so you know, यार ये ज़्यादा लोग पूछे नहीं है surprisingly, who is my favorite Chelsea player आज के दिन में? तो मेरा फेवरेट चेल्सी प्लेयर तो है कोवाचिच, जस्ट फॉर पीपल टू नो। बाय द वे हाफ टाइम होने वाला है, नहीं हाफ एन आवर ही हुआ है बाय द वे। तो कोवाचिच इस सीजन में भी मैंने वोट किया है कोवाचिच फॉर प्लेयर ऑफ द सीजन, बिकॉज आई फील जब वो रहता था ना टीम टिक्स कंपेयर टू अदर प्लेयर्स, एंड मेसन माउंट इज ब्रिलियंट, बट स्टैंड आउट प्लेयर फॉर नेक्स्ट सीजन अगर कांटे हो जाए ना, चेल्सी सीजन इज मेड, मैं सच में बोल रहा हूँ। एंड आई नो वी नीड गोल्स, वी प्रॉब्ली नीड दैट डिफेंस में, लेकिन कांटे का 100% ग्रेट सीजन अगर हो जाए ना, चेल्सी विल बी अप। आई एम टेलिंग यू, बाकी लोग का परफॉर्मेंस भी इंप्रूव होता है ऑटोमेटिकली, एंड ही कवर्स फॉर अदर्स एज वेल। तो कांटे डज अ लॉट, सो आई वुड से कांटे लेफ्ट फील्ड चॉइस, यहां आपको वही मिलेगा। डू यू थिंक बियल्सा शुड बी ब्लेम्ड? Matata United, you actually said what I said in a lot of streams earlier. I know Bielsa fans है, मैं खुद Bielsa का certain way of tactic, he's great. He's a legend of the coaching family in football. But I think I agree with what Matata United is asking, because he didn't have a good plan B. वो सिंपल था, प्रॉब्लम वाज दैट ही वो बहुत ज्यादा स्टबर्न थे। अगर वो फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ द सीजन में करते प्रॉपर प्लान बी इंप्लीमेंट, हो सकता था दैट दे माइट हैव गॉट मे बी दैट 3 एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट्स जो उनको सेव करती। जस्ट पुटिंग इट आउट देयर, नथिंग अगेंस्ट हिम, बट वही है एंड एट लीड्स। और सेकंडली भाई, आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट यू आर एट अ सर्टेन एज, आप बेसिकली इंग्लिश इज नॉट योर फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज, लेकिन हिम बीइंग हियर फॉर सो लॉन्ग नॉट लर्निंग इंग्लिश टू दैट लेवल इज क्वेश्चनेबल मेरे लिए थोड़ा। कम ऑन यार, 318 वोट्स बट ओनली 133 लाइक्स। ऐसे कौन है जो आते हैं, वोट करते हैं और चल जाते हैं और लाइक नहीं करते? मिलिए मुझे, प्लीज डीएम करिए, क्या है जो आपको अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, प्लीज लेट मी नो। एब्सोल्युटली। नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट आएगी नेक्स्ट सीजन, फॉर्मर यूरोपियन चैंपियंस। यार अगेन हडर्सफील्ड वर्सेस नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट है, आई वुड लाइक टू सी लेवी कॉलविल, बट इंटरेस्टिंग रहेगा। मतलब अगेन नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट, लॉट ऑफ हिस्ट्री, so you can say the old school people would want Nottingham Forest, new school people देख रहे Huddersfield are really doing it lot, तो काइंड ऑफ कंपेरेबल है, बट यू कैन टेक योर पिक यार। मैं तो मतलब हडर्सफील्ड जा रहा हूं बिकॉज़ ऑफ लेवी कॉलविल जस्ट इस सीजन में। ओके, टू विंगर्स इन लेफ्ट एंड राइट, बट देन पेप got 4-3-3 and till now it's working now. Did Pep bring 4-3-3? I have my doubts there. I have my doubts, but again, what Pep has done, the overlapping fullbacks, fullbacks being part of the midfield, brilliant man, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yes, Conte as well. Conte to Chelsea happening, likely. Lekin again, Barca, if they're not able to get their targets, maybe they'll go for him. अगर if they're getting rid of De Jong, that is because पैसे नहीं है यार इतने सारे बारसा के पास अभी, तो चेल्सी ज्यादा likely लग रहा है। यस, लाइक करो कम ऑन यार। मैड्रिड काफी बात किया हमने, बेस्ट व्हाट्सएप स्टेटस, अगेन थैंक्स फॉर जॉइनिंग, आई होप यू लाइक्ड एंड सब्सक्राइब्ड, बट लाइक आई ऑलवेज से, लेट्स सेट अ रिमाइंडर, वी आर लाइव आज सैटरडे एट 3 बजे वी आर लाइव। एंड यस, मुझे मालूम है राहुल बोलने वाले गेट टू 2 आवर्स, बट आई थिंक मैं काफी थक गया हूँ, मैं डिनर भी नहीं लिया हूँ, जस्ट फॉर पीपल टू नो, so I have to go and take dinner while watching the last 10 minutes of this game, and I have to go, but again like the stream भाई, सब लोग लाइक करिए, कम ऑन लाइक कर दीजिए, certainly helps। और यस, हमें सुपर चैट्स नहीं मिल रहा आजकल, तो जस्ट अ रिमाइंडर, there is an option of super chat for people who can afford, we are having super chat, super thanks option on Almighty Blues FC, but only if you can afford, जैसे मैं बोलता हूँ, and we'll be back for cricket on Almighty Sports Plus आज रात को भी, so do check out that। and last question, चलो, rank the following: अरे भाई ये तो अनफेयर है यार, ये तो मतलब गाली दिलाओगे लास्ट में. कम ऑन, मतलब आई वुड सर्टेनली रेट लैम्पार्ड 9-10 highest, then maybe any of the other three. Simply put that, but very difficult. Bhai, maybe De Bruyne after Lampard, and then Fabregas, and then Ozil. मतलब again, maybe I'm biased, but मेरा opinion है भाई, आपका opinion different हो सकता है. Perfectly fine, but great question there, absolutely. कोई नहीं. Take care. Yes, love you all as well. And yeah, I know people have joined in. Let's like the stream. Or reminder, we are live 3 o'clock again for Premiership, for Serie A, and at 7 p.m. I think we'll try to be on Almighty Sports Plus. यहाँ पर है on Almighty Blues FC for the football. So till next time, take care and do not forget Chelsea. We'll be back, but wish you all the best, Real Madrid fans, for tonight match. Watch along. मैंने plan नहीं किया था, लेकिन हो रहा है. But not just that, I think it's a huge kind of a 24 hours for PSG fans as well. जो हो रहा है with Mbappe. But let's see, transfer talks are pending, so we'll get there for sure very soon. Till next time, take care. Love you all. Bye.